We are live.
Nice. I can never hit this strap. Never.
Oh. Yes.
All right. Hello and greetings. Those of you who watch us every week may notice some differences. We've cleared up some of the table space. We've invested in some new things, and we're hoping to drastically improve the sound quality for everyone listening and making it so our good friend Elvin doesn't have to spend hours and hours cleaning up audio when we do the when we do the podcast version. So, anyway, we're gonna do a brief recap on last week's session that ended on a downer. And then we're going to get right into it. So last week, the gravy train headed into the Undercity, into the depths of the Golgari domain, and little family reunion between Lizica and his grandma, and Lizica and his estranged father. Nice little dinner party, and we got to meet Gerard and kind of get permission to go down into the crypt levels in the old temple of the Nephilim and look for the Gorgons. Look for the Gorgons who are leading a revolt against Gerard and his people. Then a familiar creature from their past seemed to reemerge and killed Lizica's dad.
Not funny.
It's kind of funny.
It's your dad.
No, trust me, he's not laughing.
He wasn't in enough episodes to really care.
And we're basically going to pick up at the dinner party. Like, this has just happened. The lights seem to have gone back to their normal tone. There's blood all over Lizica's face.
Oh man.
Rocky just came back from the kitchen.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm just
What
in
happened?
complete and utter shock right now. Like I feel like Liz doesn't even know what to do right now.
Seems appropriate.
Like, he just got his staff in his hand. He's just like frozen right now. He's just like,
Hey buddy, I can't fix this. I don't have enough heal spells for this.
I'm sorry about your loss, Liz. I'm sorry we couldn't do more to save it. What does anyone know what that thing is that keeps popping in and out and giving us hell?
Man,
You got a much better look at it this time, but I didn't really give you too much description. Before, all you saw was the shadow.
Did it look like anything that we can discern, or is this like nightmare stuff?
I would say if you are proficient in religion,
how are you a paladin not proficient?
There's no gods in Paladin. What's the point?
what's the point?
I would also say maybe if you are proficient in Arcana,
Hey!
Oh, definitely.
then I would allow you to make a roll.
How am I not
First
proficient in
roll,
Arcana?
new dice.
I don't know.
Will give you-
Wait a minute.
I will give you guys.
I think that's a mistake.
First roll, double new dice. They have cheeseburgers in them.
I have foxes.
If you look at me and you think of one word, it's cheeseburger.
Fucking cheeseburger sounds good. Oh shit, me first roll.
Cheeseburger 80, baby! Let's go!
All right, keep track of how many 20s he rolls with those.
Yeah.
they may be
Day one.
rigged.
So that is a
hamburger
total
wages.
of 24 with the
Gosh.
guidance.
He's rolling a spin down die.
A 24.
Yeah.
Not good enough.
Damn. It's a creature, maybe.
Probably. Well, not necessarily. What's today's date? The 1st?
Mm-hmm.
Happy March, y'all.
I'm debating on how much information a 24 would give you.
You need a marker.
Wait,
You got a 20. Wait, you're not. Are you proficient in Arcana?
yeah.
Plus 3. The D4 only rolled a 1, not 20.
24.
It's 24, right?
24.
I mean, I was never good at math. but-
Actually, no.
Having never seen or fought one of these creatures before, or even ever having heard of anyone seen or fought one of these creatures before, It has very similar characteristics. It's clearly undead. Very clearly undead. And it has similar characteristics to a lich.
All right.
Gerard, is that you?
So I'm gonna relay all that information
Was that out loud?
to the group.
Okay.
And just kind of, I mean, my paladin sense is telling me it was definitely an undead creature, but it's like it reminds me of some sort of a lich. Does that help you at all? Being a magic baron fella. I mean, I just get that kind of vibe, you know. Like
when he says that, does anything come to mind?
To you?
No.
No.
Nope. Obviously, I feel like it's a very.
Have you had much dealings with liches directly other than Gerard?
I feel like probably not,
Then I would say no.
because I feel like they don't frequent the. If there are a bunch, I feel like they don't frequent the upper city that often.
Probably not.
So.
Did you spell lich?
yeah, like
Okay,
like,
good. I didn't mishear you. No, I don't know what a lich is. I've heard of the other ones.
like a ditch.
You have heard of liches, but the liches that you're most familiar with are the type that are in Ravnica. They're not the same as the traditional fantasy liches from like other D&D worlds. Because Gerard does not have like a phylactery. He's able to regenerate from most damage, but he has limitations. His soul is not
Somewhere else.
in some other thing. That's why I said this thing has characteristics of a lich.
Interesting.
Like lich adjacent. Similar to a lich.
But you at least do have a better description of it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could find out more.
We should, after we're out of here, we should head back to the library, see what we can get bookwise on liches.
True.
Liches and snitches and
So you see Elvin kind of emerge from underneath the table where he was sitting, bumps his head. Oh, there's my coin I was looking for. Oh. What happened here?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna help, but I dropped my coin and I had to find it. Yeah.
Elvin, we didn't realize that she was missing.
Alright.
Yeah, nothing felt different.
I'm not gonna lie. I slid underneath the table.
You sit under the table?
Slid. Phew, down. I saw that. There's no way. I don't want to be pulling a Elvin. Being on the floor over there next to.
Not by choice. Is what
Yeah,
you
I don't
mean.
want to be like no guts, no glory over there.
Well, you got me.
Too soon. Too soon.
You don't even know if that was your dad.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I mean, I could be like, I'm your dad, Liz. And you might believe me, you might not. I can look like your dad. Saw him. Would that make you feel
No,
better?
that would not make
if
me
I
feel
look
better. No,
okay.
No, that's
So not changing into his dad would not make you feel better.
In the middle of the night, your father walks into your room.
He changes over and the guts are just taking out. Whoops.
Oh man.
Too realistic.
Did you want post death dad or before?
Oh boy.
So I think we only have a few. Oh, actually, I don't know. Can I whisper where and see if the thing's still near?
When you enter the key phrase, it starts pointing to the zombie waiters that are in the room.
So could we I don't remember if he specifically said how it was moving around, but could we kind of recall if it was moving around in a way that it seemed like it was shifting between planes? And I would have a little bit of experience with this because at least know how the blink spell works because it does something similar.
Why would he just take your dad out and not us along with it? Because, like, I didn't like your dad, but I'm sure he's not a weakling.
Skriznet, make a Make a perception check based just solely off that observation.
And a big 8.
Here, use this dice.
Even with that low of a roll, the observation that you're making is it seemed very personal.
Huh.
It seemed targeted.
Well, I think the big reason here that he is targeting these higher up people that are supposedly have power stronger than us, probably, is mainly because they kill the people that want to form the guild pact back.
I don't think
He loses power.
I don't think this is something that's on that level. I think it's something personal towards us.
I think it's just because his dad's a dick.
All right. So
I
I
think-
killed Liz's dad. I don't have a dad to
Hold
kill.
on, dick.
So let me ask another question. So this creature kind of was, I don't know, it was mysterious. Does it ring any resemblance to that creature that was in the chamber of the guild pack?
Well, you didn't get a very good look at it. It gave you the same feeling. Though.
The same feeling. Okay.
It sort of seemed like it was the parts of it that you could see
Mm-hmm.
were sort of fading in and out between
Mm-hmm.
reality.
So either we have really bad timing, or we're mocked.
Or we're not as big a dick as everybody else.
That's true, but hear me out. How does it keep happening right when we get somewhere?
I think this thing's following us. I think there's something.
Well, if it's in a different plane of existence, like that blink thing he was talking, it could be
It can
here right now,
it
and
can
we
see
wouldn't know.
us, and we wouldn't know.
Or we're fucking haunted. Maybe we killed somebody and they're haunting us.
We did kill that person in the shack. That might have.
It's Elvin. Elvin's
Oh,
haunting
God.
us. He's died like 12 times.
I have an idea.
Wait, that's not Elvin.
So I forget where we are in the day. Like, did we just start our day, or were we kind of a bit?
No,
into it?
it's
I thought it was
like-
dinner time.
It's like dinner
Dinner
time.
time. Okay. I kind of want to try using the blink spell just to go into the astral plane for a few seconds and look around
Sure.
to see if I can notice anything. So the way this works is it's like really random. So I would only get maybe like 2 seconds each time it happens, and I think it only happens for what, a minute.
Mhm.
So I would only be able to see for like basically flashes in terms of that. So it wouldn't be very often, and I would have to look really carefully.
So it's like you're blackout drunk and you're just remembering. bits of
exactly,
it.
yeah. It's
Did
like
I really do that?
it's like remembering something you don't remember happening.
Well, he does that. I'm gonna throw this out there. You guys can follow me if you want. I'm gonna get butt ass naked, and I'm gonna look for marks on my body in case we're tagged.
Oh, God.
All right, time to go into a different plane.
Makes sense.
How long does your spell last?
It lasts for a minute, so it doesn't specifically say like. Basically, it would happen in between rounds. So
Well, there's no round, so
I'm saying like
I don't.
it would last from when my turn ends to when my next turn ends. So probably
for
like,
combat purposes.
exactly.
Okay.
Because that's the best way I can describe
So
it.
you cast your spell, and you fade out of existence.
Mm.
You look around. You're now in the astral plane. The astral plane is different
Mhm.
for every person that sees it. It's kind of unique to them. This is what you envision the astral plane to look like. While the astral plane itself has an actual form, it
Mm.
sort of manipulates itself around
Or,
your
yeah,
mind.
individual.
You look around and see like wisps of galaxy and things that look like maybe clouds, but not clouds. They're more like Milky Way dust or atmospheric pollution or something. You see lots of hues of purple and black and what looks like stars, but they're not stars. You're able to see here, even though you don't really see a light source, but it seems dimmer and darker. It seems like being in a place where the lights have just recently been turned off,
Mhm.
and you still kind of have that outline of where things were. It just kind of gives you that feeling. With your dark vision, it doesn't really seem to trigger anything. You're not seeing anything extra. You see things floating around, objects, celestial type beings, small creatures that don't seem like they're from this plane of existence, or not from your plane of existence. But you don't see any creature like that.
Okay. Worth a shot. So yeah, it wouldn't have lasted more than a few seconds.
Does it make you fade in and then fade back out?
Exactly. So it's like it happens.
You fade in. Is
back
this a
and
concentration
forth.
spell?
I think it just happens. It's not
Okay.
concentration.
So as you fade back in and your eyes readjust back to reality, you kind of look around. You're seeing maybe if you can see it.
Mhm.
In a strange way, you still almost kind of feel its presence. As you're kind of looking around, very curious as to where this might be coming from, you fade back out into the astral plane. And while you're there, you hear a voice that's not familiar to you. Are you looking for me?
Who said that?
It's the old lady.
It's the old lady.
Oh, I think that we will meet soon. I've been looking for you.
Oh, have you now? You're not who we just saw, are you?
No.
Okay.
That's my friend.
Oh.
I didn't know he was there for a long time, but he'll do anything I say.
Hmm.
All I have to do is think it. And he makes it so. You don't see the family resemblance, do you? You should.
Interesting. I feel like I'm just not going to respond after that.
Well, tell Daddy I said hello.
Silence.
Then you're
No
back
response.
into the thing. You felt as though someone was speaking to you telepathically.
Did you see anything?
I didn't see anything, but I heard something.
What'd you hear?
I heard a voice I didn't recognize,
Oh, okay.
and there is somebody watching us, and they're controlling whatever that thing is.
Well, what did they say?
Your hammer starts vibrating.
Oh.
They probably said put your clothes back on.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Where?
You hear Lila's voice.
Answer the phone.
You have an evil presence around you. And it's not you.
Okay.
This time.
Obviously speaking in my head.
I didn't notice it before, but one of you has been touched by death. And not in the way that you were.
Okay, I was about to.
Unnatural.
Can you show me where? Who's been mocked?
One of you has a new life.
Who?
Lizica.
Oh,
Keeping
that's
secrets
cool.
again.
What do you suggest I do?
You should be cautious.
Does this throw a wrench in our plan? Do I need to take care of it?
No. I don't think even he's aware.
All right. Well, I appreciate the information, and we'll see how this one plays out.
You should be very leery of this creature.
Lizica or creature?
The creature.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we're on the same.
Plot twist.
All right.
I don't know much about them, but I've heard tales, and it bears a striking resemblance to something that existed on another plane once. An ancient forbidden magic usually is the result of why they exist.
Well, I mean, I'm happy to keep an eye on Liz and keep an eye on Skriz and I guess Rocky.
You should ask him why he doesn't remember anything before he joined up with the Demir.
And as soon as she says that, I'll say out loud, why don't you remember anything when you joined up with the Demir?
I don't know really. I mean, I'm assuming it's just because it happened so long ago.
Insight check.
Yeah, go for it.
You can, depending on his role, you can tell him whether you're telling the truth or telling a lie. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Can I guide myself?
I'm sorry.
Can I guide myself?
Like with guidance.
Can you touch you?
Yeah.
Then yes, you can.
Myself. You put your clothes on first.
I also want to point out that you're still naked.
Guidance. There's double ones.
I'll just tell you that you think he's being completely 100% honest.
Okay.
Lizard guy's been many things, but in your opinion, he's never lied. He might
You
keep
gotta
things.
talk to lie.
Exactly.
Everything he's ever said has been true. He just didn't ever tell you anything.
So you forget everything, and I'll whisper back in my head. Any other questions? Might need to throw something at you.
I think it's a mystery that's best that you solve. Because I'm not entirely sure. I can sense the life essence of a person from the time that they're born until the time that they will be plucked. I know the hour that any person I come in contact with will be plucked from this mortal realm. It's the job of a death pact angel. We see death. But with this particular person, it's like his life began in a weird spot.
Would he have any markings on him that would prove that he's been touched by death itself?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
No, I'm not stripping naked.
You don't have to.
I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't make sense to me. It's almost as if he was born
All right.
when he joined the Demir.
Okay. Well, I mean, maybe.
Or maybe shortly before, but that doesn't make sense. He's 100 years old.
Yeah, but he was Golgari, left, came to Mir. It's not completely out of the realm that just maybe
Discord.
just maybe that
Don't even want to know.
something
I definitely
something
don't know.
brainwashed him, gave him a new life. I mean, he
Well,
could,
is that
he
what you
could
think?
assign something.
Do you think that it's brainwash when I tell you that it's as if he was just born? I'm talking about his actual life. I'm not looking into his memories. I'm looking at the actual span of his life. It's like his life began when he was 100 years old. That's not possible for mortal beings.
Well,
So either he's from some other plane, or he was reborn, so to speak.
okay. I mean, like I said, I'll keep an eye on it, and if I find it, I will. I'll reach out. You know, we can always keep in touch. That is the beauty of having
Did you a sub?
Scoff Bog and everything else. I mean, we have, but if it becomes a problem, I'll reach out to you and get the okay from you if you feel like his new life is going to interrupt our bigger plans. But for now, he's our friend.
I don't think that he's going to betray you. That's what you're asking.
No, but we'll keep an eye on it. You never know.
Right. You should always keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
But again, I think we go onward. And Liz, what did your person say exactly? So no, you didn't see him, but you heard him.
Well, they basically said that I don't completely out of character. It's not what they said.
That's not what they said.
Not at all.
My notes are raw.
Gotta,
But
gotta update those notes there, buddy.
I did that was day one notes right there.
pretty sure they said that they know who we are, and this creature or whatever that's targeting us is basically they found this creature, and apparently whatever their thoughts are commands this creature.
That's it.
As far as I remember. Well, besides them saying, say hi to your father for me.
They what?
Yeah, they said that.
I
Can you
mean,
believe the nerve of the guy?
That's
now
messed
hear
up.
me out here, and I know we're having a whole bunch of family issues right now. Are you sure it wasn't your mother? I mean, why would anybody say hello to your father for me?
Well, I could be.
Did you
I
get
guess you
a
bring up a fair point.
Did you get a look at him at all?
Just a voice. It was in my head.
I'll
It wasn't out
putting
loud either.
clothes back on.
Did it sound like, I don't know,
Yeah.
it could have been familiar, like how you kind of remember some things from your previous life, but it's like just in a familiarity?
I don't know. Did it? Well, he said it didn't sound familiar at all.
Oh, I
So-
missed that part.
But that's maybe because you forgot.
I mean, it has been 100 years.
Well, again, you forgot.
Exactly.
You didn't even know that guy was your dad until someone said
That's true.
something.
Yeah.
And your grandma. Who's to know that it wasn't your mother?
I like knowing stuff that you guys don't know. It's
Possible.
fun.
So while they're having this conversation, I think Skriz is just kind of getting bored, and he goes over to the dead body that everybody just ignored, and just starts like poking around at it and like rummaging through the pockets, see if he can, not just to defile the body, but to see if he can find something that might pertain to what they're
Anything that's
looking
going on.
for.
You're looking through which body?
His dad's
Uh,
body.
Yeah.
Lesnar.
Yeah, Lesnar's.
Okay. You do a general observation of what's left of his corpse. He has, it looks to be some sort of like a small satchel, kind of just in with his normal gear. It's got a few personal artifacts in there. It looks like there's a key of some kind, maybe to a house. But there's no any other like documents or anything like that.
You think that it's a house key that's on there?
It looks like there's a letter that it looks like he was trying to write, and it looks like it may have been addressed to Lizica, but it looks like he scratched it out. It looks like he tried to write it. There was a couple of sentences and then it's scratched out.
I'm not even gonna, I'll just ignore that. I'll just be like, key. Put the key in my pocket.
All right, so I guess we got to ask ourselves what's next. We can try to. We have no leads on your situation. Obviously we have the snake people at the temple, which I think we still keep going towards.
I think you're right. I think we need to take one thing at a time right now.
And I-
Alright.
We have a lot of enemies, and I think we need to start taking them out.
yeah, that's the closest we are to any of them, because Drod said he'd take us down into the temple, right?
He
Yeah.
said to give us access.
Or-
I'm not sure
yeah.
he personally would, but
But
So
so
believe
let,
his words were he had business to attend.
so let's
Ogari, so.
get some sleep. We'll start first thing in the morning.
Mhm.
Let the zombie people either eat them, clean this up, whatever. No Popper funeral, I'm sorry, but let's go to bed because I know I'm tired of seeing people die, and yeah, I just can't. I'm mentally getting worn out over here.
well, I would like to
There's two of
say,
us.
is there something that you would traditionally want to do if someone passes? I know you don't necessarily remember your family traditions, but is your father?
It's not the same down here as it would be up there. I mean, people down here just welcome death. I mean, it's the natural order of things.
Do they normally have like any kind of ceremony or anything, or is it just into the ground? Or
From what you know about traditional, I would say Devarkian elf or Decarvian, Devarkian drow.
Yeah,
Let's call them drow.
it's so much
What you know
easier.
about them, their family, they have a sense of pride amongst family,
Mhm.
especially in Ravnica, and most of the families are usually pretty tight knit. It's actually strange to see one. It's actually strange to see one kind of broken apart by that, but it's usually a pretty strong difference of opinion.
Mhm.
They're not typically super affectionate. They show love in a very different way
Mhm.
by being there, being loyal.
Mhm.
They're willing to
Mhm.
die for their family. No questions asked.
Mhm.
A father or a mother, a brother will lay down their life for one of their kin. They may express more open feelings behind closed doors, maybe in a one-on-one thing, but usually not even to the extent that other humanoid creatures might. I think like Spock, but not as less emotional.
Mhm.
It's more about duty and honor and doing what you can for your family. Typically, they have family plots somewhere or crypts somewhere, usually in an area where other members of their family
Yeah.
were. Because you guys live a long time,
Yes. Yeah.
so it's not like you guys are just dropping off like flies.
Yeah.
So, but there are usually crypts. You honestly don't know anything about this man. He's a stranger to you. You have no idea what he had as far as possessions,
Mhm.
material things, wealth, where he lived. You're not even 100% sure about that. You thought it was maybe odd that it would have been your grandma,
Mhm.
and you're not sure if that is his mom or. Well, I told you it was your mom's mom,
Yes. Yeah.
but that she didn't stay with him either. She had her own like little
Mhm.
thing. And what you know about Drow that's strange, they take care of the elders.
Mhm.
So usually I don't give a shit. Are we just gonna go to bed and leave this body laying here, or do you just want me to push it underneath the table and just
I
and be
mean,
done with it and pretend we didn't see anything? Or
I mean, the zombie people, they'll probably take care of it. They are the servants.
From what I remember, we typically have crypts that we take our lost to.
You know where your family crypt is, or
Not personally, but I'm sure
you can ask Grandma.
she would.
Yeah, Grandma's still with us. She just watched us all go down.
Actually, I don't even know. Was she
Yeah,
at the table with
she's
us?
at,
Or
she got us
did
here,
she
yeah.
go back?
She's here.
She is here.
so was food served?
She hasn't really been saying much. She's just kind of in shock right now.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's kind of how I've been, but I've kind of had to.
So was food served, or were we just given water at the
I
time?
think it was just wine at the
You
time.
guys had just
Yeah.
gotten drinks.
Yeah.
You guys had not even really placed an order of food
I
yet.
was cleaning all the dishes.
Yeah.
okay.
Never mind then.
So we'll have your grandmother. She probably can command the servants to help her move the body. We lay in bed, go in two. Nobody sleeps alone. You guys can obviously choose to keep everybody up, but I think the snake people might come and get us again, or whatever the hell that thing was.
Oh.
If that sounds good, I'll bunk with Skriz. You're more of a muscle, and you help Liz. He seems to be the target.
So you want me to bunk with Liz?
Yeah.
So
We could all
Rocky,
bunk
since you're
together,
close
too.
to the kitchen staff, you just tell them that one last for dinner tonight, so they don't overplan.
No, no.
Oh man,
Too soon?
too soon.
Okay, I'll eat his plate.
Your grandma is kind of like looking down at
Mhm.
what would be her son-in-law. Like just in complete shock. She's not crying. She looks like she can't form words
Mhm.
while you are all having this conversation. Sorry for all the noise and trying to figure this out.
I think you should go give her a hug.
That's not how they show emotion.
I will go over to her and ask if she's all right.
We all die. Eventually, something gets us. How are you?
I'm not entirely sure. One part of me feels like I never knew this person, but another part of me feels like I have.
Your father was a hard man to understand sometimes, but he cared about you. In his heart, I think he always hoped you'd come back after you figured out whatever it was you needed to figure out.
Part of me wishes I came back a little sooner.
Did you figure it out?
Figure what out?
Whatever it was that you were trying to figure out.
I don't remember.
Is this whole family talking about witches?
I think this is the first time Lizica kind of realizes he doesn't really remember the true reason he left. Because like at first he kind of felt like it was to get more magical knowledge, but I mean that's a really broad kind of sense of the term, and it just kind of just doesn't sit completely right that he doesn't know completely what's happening with that in his memory.
What you guys didn't notice because of all the little chaotic is that some of the wait staff, the zombie wait staff, had left to go get someone or get something, and it's about this time that a few Golgari, almost paladin looking, the ones that are dressed in like the armored scarabs and things, they come in, and blood is obviously everywhere from the violent attack. Their weapons are ready, but they kind of ease up when Lorinda kind of puts her hand to kind of like calm them. They put their weapons away, and one of the humans, what happened?
Indigestion?
Did one of you do this?
No. This is gonna sound crazy, but
So here's what happened.
big thing out of the sky, swooping in and slice this thing in half. Well, this person in half, not thing.
I have some feelings.
And it left. Liz did like some kind of blink out of whatever, and the person that's controlling this isn't even here. If it thinks, hey, kill the lonely frog in the pond, it's gonna kill the lonely frog in the pond. We don't know what it is.
But it's not here now.
We don't know.
Based on my hammer here, it is not.
We will help take your father elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have physicians look. Obviously, I don't think there's much that we can do for him.
I understand.
Is the wound in such a way that, like, if they did do something like an autopsy, that we'd be able to discern?
Well, if they want to do an
anything
autopsy,
more?
they just have to pick the stuff up off the ground
Yeah,
because it
for
ripped
it.
his entire rib
Yep.
cage out.
It went.
Okay.
Was it just like that?
Yeah,
The
it
horns
was.
and everything.
Everything.
Yeah,
Very-
it was
I
like
thought
it
you
was
just-
like a wet sponge splashing up against a piece of car. Or something.
I thought you just disemboweled him. I didn't know you ripped his
You know,
whole
like when
thing.
you're in the shower and you take a wet sponge and you throw it against the wall. That's what it sounded like.
I don't do it.
You have a sponge in the shower?
You always gotta have like sponge or
A loofah.
I have a loofah.
Loofah.
You gotta exfoliate.
It
You know?
normally just goes and falls.
See now, like when you have a rag, right, and you throw it.
Oh,
against the-
there we go.
the
There you
wall.
go.
It sounded
Okay.
like that.
Oh.
Okay, so, you see them kind of collecting
Yeah.
the largest part of him.
Putting it in a
Blood
wheelbarrow.
trail followed out. Lorinda,
It just shot back.
you haven't been to your home in a while, have you?
I don't even remember where my home is.
I can show you, but I haven't been welcome there in a while. I think this is extenuating circumstances. It's probably your birthright at this point.
I got a key.
Where'd you get that?
How do you know it's a key to their house?
It was on his body.
Give me that. I snatched the key out of his hand.
You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but why haven't you been allowed to be there?
We had a disagreement on my daughter.
Mm. I
I
see.
understand it's a touching subject.
Do you want to go there?
I
Do
feel
you...
like it's probably our best course of action right now.
I can take you. I know where it is.
No. I feel like from there we can go check out this crypt area.
Yeah, and I think maybe for double protection, we sleep in the snow globe
That's true. We could do
as
that.
well.
Yeah, I mean,
Would your blinky thing go into the snow globe dimension?
It's
Like-
not like that. No, it's specifically the astral plane.
So if we slept in the snow globe thing, we should, in theory, be safe from that crazy creature that's blinking in and out.
From my knowledge of the astral plane, it seems to be pretty much everywhere, but I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on it.
Okay. That may not matter. I mean, we can try. You know, might as well be as safe as possible. And we'd still probably take watch one at a time.
I feel like another thing we might want to invest in is a mirror too. See if that guy's theory works. Well, obviously it did. I mean, you pulled out that head from that bag. That was pretty sick. That was a Gorgon head right there.
We could check shops in the morning or see if grandma knows where we can buy some mirrors.
Yeah.
Okay. So
All right.
buy
So the
some.
game plan is to follow Lorinda to the Rin house.
Yep.
Okay.
That's exactly what I wanted us to do. We were getting baited the whole
I'm
time.
getting baited.
Damn it,
You
yeah.
guys go wherever
More
you
of
want.
those creatures.
You can go to your snow globe. You can not go there.
I'd like to go back to my shop.
You guys can go to that. I do not tell you guys what to do. All right. So, you follow Lorinda out of the main guild hall, out of the dining hall, back out into the main area of the Golgari. She leads you down another one of the winding path tunnel ways through the forest ways that are almost hedges in the area. You walk for what seems to be a while. You come to a couple of aqueducts. You walk through one of those. Probably 20-30 minutes of walking distance. You come into what looks to be, well, a ritzier part of this area. There's a lot of larger multi-leveled houses. Some of them have iron gates wrought across them. Everything here is very well maintained. The houses all have a sort of dark and earthy tone to them. Some of them are just straight up just black. But they're spaced out. It's not really yards in the tradition of a yard, but some of these houses they look almost mansion-like, with big spires coming off of them and 3 and 4 floors. You come to one that is sort of in the middle of this strange-looking dark neighborhood with magical little lanterns being lit. It casts sort of an eerie glow. In the middle of this like strange little cul-de-sac, you come to what is oddly enough the biggest house there. There's a large double gate iron. It looks almost like a cemetery fence. It looks very well maintained. It looks like it has a fresh coat of paint has been done to it. There's no chipping, there's no rust on it. The house itself looks impeccable from where you're at. In the middle of this slab of property is a massive fountain, water fountain. Clear water comes from it. The fountain itself looks to be in the shape of, it looks like an alligator that kind of comes up in almost like an S. Water pours out of it. It's got its hands reaching out, but the hands look almost humanoid. The creature itself looks like an alligator's head with the tail coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And all around the base of this large fountain they look to be scarab beetles.
Alive?
No, they're
Yes.
part of the fountain.
Okay.
But they're large. They look similar to the beetles that you guys have already seen, the ones that were burrowing through the ground.
Is this,
But they're smaller.
is this the mansion we saw on top of the hill when we were walking in?
No.
Okay.
But it is equally impressive.
Okay.
You look through some of the windows that don't have the curtains drawn, and you see a faint flicker of fire, almost like a fireplace going on, and lights peering through some of the windows. Maybe chandeliers or candles, you're not sure.
From seeing this, assuming this is where our final destination is, does any of this look familiar?
No.
Interesting.
Starting to notice a trend.
Amnesia.
Dun, dun.
Oh, come on now. Amnesia would be too easy.
Global amnesia.
So, as you approach the gate, you see it sort of have this faint green shimmer of energy around it. And you see at the very top of the gate what looks to be a like a griffin head almost. Not really a griffin, but almost looks like some kind of a bird. It looks more like a raven than an eagle, though, the head of it. Its beak is a little longer, a little less hooked. And the head itself looks like it has some kind of hood embedded at the top of it. But you see this thing animate and comes to life and looks down at you. You see these lifeless, almost metallic, glowing eyes with a faint green around those as well. And its head tips down and looks and observes. You hear it kind of squeak like it's rusting, but there's no rust on this gate. It's just metal bending in a way that it's not supposed to. The head looks across the party, sees Lorinda, then looks at you and kind of cocks its head. Young master, I see you've returned home.
Yeah, that's me, I guess.
It's been a long time.
Yep.
Do you remember your password?
I'm assuming at this point I don't remember my password. No, I do not.
1 second, please.
He's gonna be like, I saw something written in your dad's journal. I think it's the password.
You saw what?
Yeah, he had a. Shit, I forgot to get it. You took the key from me. Would you like the password?
What's the password?
It's wiggle
All right, and now I'm ignoring.
Are we sure?
You see this thing, it's and when it says to
Persuasion
hold,
check.
please, it shoots out what looks to be some sort of a ray. It's more like a ray of light. It doesn't seem like it's causing any pain or damage to you. It's almost like it's scanning you. The beam of light goes back into its eyes. Biometric scan complete.
Well, that's fancy.
Welcome home, Lizica.
Thanks.
The head goes back into the gate, forming back into solidity, and opens up, allowing you inside.
Well,
That thing tell you your password?
I don't think so.
I think it's a biometric scan complete.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's the
that's what
password.
it-
Oh, gotcha. All right.
Yeah,
I
that
guess
checks out.
It's time to head in.
Why would you choose that as a password?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, you should change it to maybe like how you doing.
How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Is there a forgot password prompt anywhere?
It'll be sent to your email.
Lorinda kind of looks at you having this conversation. It just a security measure, and those who have want to keep it from those who have not.
Yeah.
Come. So you walk, and the little like round entrance in past the fountain. The fountain's huge. By the time that you actually get in and get closer to it, you see this fountain is every bit of like 25, 30 feet in the air with water just shooting out of it. It looks to be some sort of an enchantment is making the water continue to bubble up. But the water's cool. It's clear. It doesn't look polluted in any way. And now that you're a little bit closer and you approach it, you see these little lights in the fountain. Some sort of magical lights that are illuminating as you approach, and it makes different colors kind of dance off as the water trickles down. It's sort of calming, relaxing in a way, even though this terrifying alligator beast is the one spitting the water out. You walk past the fountain. Lorinda leads the way towards the front door. The door of the house is a giant, massive wooden double door. It looks to be some sort of like black iron, or I'm sorry, black ironwood tree or something. It looks similar to some of the wood that you know that they harvest from the Woodwraith Forest down here. So with that, she looks at you and says, I can't open the door, only you can.
Do I just reach for it?
I assume yes.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and reach and try and open the door.
Make sure you say your password.
Didn't the key?
Biometric scan complete.
Wiggle parts. I told you that.
I'm just kidding.
Why
no,
not?
I just.
Are we gonna use the key?
There's not a keyhole, is there?
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll just gonna reach for the door handle then.
To get my damn key back.
Your key.
Found it.
So, you turn the handle, and it opens with no difficulty at all.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and open it up all the way.
You open the door, and as you do, there's a large crystalline chandelier in the foyer above you. This house is fancy enough to have a foyer, so you see dark green carpets that kind of run down the length of the house. There's side doors that look to be mudrooms of some kind. There's a coat rack in here, and then normally there would be a door that kind of blocks the foyer off from the rest, but this actually just you can view straight into it. At the very end is a massive black and silver fireplace. It's made from it almost looks like it's made from charcoal, but it's shiny, almost like onyx, like it's been polished. There's no actual shape to it. There's no creature shapes to it. It's huge. Looking from the distance that you are from it, the fireplace itself is probably 15 feet wide and maybe 10 feet high. It's a massive fireplace. There's a mantle above it. There are paintings. It looks to be a couple of paintings of the family. One is a painting of, it's a dog next to the family, like portrait, but it's just the dog in this painting. It looks to be some sort of a mastiff. It looks to actually almost like an albino mastiff. It has like pink eyes, but the dog looks big, but it's the only thing in the picture. Its fur is completely white. Its paws are white. The only color on it is the black of its nose and the black in under its lips, and its pink eyes. The painting looks to be like it was painted in the front of the house that you are currently in. It's because you kind of catch a glimpse of the fountain on the side of it. The family portrait itself, though, looks very similar to the sketch that Lorinda showed you. And now that this is actually a painting, you see more colors and details. And this looks to be taken again from a very similar point of view in the front of the house. You see the man who you assume is your father. You see the woman you assume is your mother. And you see a small, maybe teenage, slightly preteen aged girl that you assume to be your sister. And there's you. You're probably young 20s at this point. In Elvish terms, though, you would expect that you're older than that. There are bookcases that kind of line the remainder of that wall, floor to ceiling. There's a ladder like on wheels that you can move around on each side to get up to different books. This is very plush. It's very elegant. The furniture in here is all leather and velvety and suede, various different dark colors, greens and browns. It has an ominous feel to it, and it doesn't look familiar.
That was my next question.
Is this dog still around?
Yeah, what's his name?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
like
know.
it.
I don't remember anything.
Pink eyes. I had pink eyes once.
All right.
Something farted in my face.
I told you, you gotta quit hiding behind my tail like that.
It wasn't you. It's one of them
when I-
little demon things, you know.
The cacklers.
The cat farted in my face. Gave me pink eye.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Well, I don't
Now
remember.
this
any of
is again
but-
this is mostly your view from the foyer. You're kind of taking all this in. When you came in, the crystalline chandelier it illuminated with lights, not bright, very dim. You can see a little bit better. Go ahead.
This is a wonderful home your family has, and if you don't mind, I'm gonna take the biggest bedroom.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sure there's plenty of bedrooms in this house.
I just wanted to get on the same page.
Yeah, well, I mean, I find this kind of surreal. Like, I feel like I would remember something from this. I don't remember anything at all. Like obviously it's true, otherwise the magical gate, the door wouldn't have opened.
You ought to try some meditation or something.
Maybe. I gotta try something. Was it Jace that looked through Scrizz's mind that one time?
Maybe next
I
time.
don't know where
back.
he's at, but
I'm right here.
I meant Jace.
Oh. I don't keep secrets. I'm right here.
But I don't know. I guess this could be our home for the night.
Do we want to sleep in the snow globe for protection just in case?
I feel like at this point, this is
Why pass up a great opportunity to sleep in his own bed again? You know, haven't you always wanted to sleep in your childhood bed? Mine kind of looks like one of them race cars.
race cars in Ravnica are officially
Yeah.
canon.
There are not.
There's an F1 race coming up soon.
There are no race cars around. Chariot, maybe?
Chariot.
I'll say yeah.
Yeah, my bed was in the shape of a chariot.
It's just coffin with wheels on it.
Coffin with,
There you
that'd-
go.
that'd be fitting, yeah.
Always dead.
I feel like my childhood bed would like maybe just
stable?
get my torso, my legs would just completely hang out.
That's fair.
Like I said, I think we're fine here. They got to get past the biometric screen password door.
It's a biometric.
I'll tell you when you order. Best friend. But no, let's just get some sleep. Like I said, we'll sleep in groups of 2. We'll be safe.
All right,
And we'll go from there.
sounds good.
Okay.
So,
So-
they point the way to the room.
You guys aren't sure where the rooms are. You're in the
Gotta
foyer.
explore at this
I'm just
point.
gonna like run towards.
You see that there's like I said, there's a couple of doors on the side, but the one definitely, it's not all the way shut. It looks like a mudroom. It's very small. There's a place in there to hang up coats. You see a couple of muddy footprints. So this is just a place where you can come in and take off your boots and take off your coat, and you don't hang out here. The door on the other side seems to be some sort of a closet for maybe cleaning supplies, brooms, and dustpan, things like that. That's just the foyer.
Well, bedroom's normally upstairs,
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah. And I'll say in my head, where?
Oh.
You good?
We go this way.
So you walk straight through the foyer, and when you do, because the foyer itself is almost like walking down a little bit of a tunnel. So there's like the doorway that goes in, so you really can't see what's happening above. Okay, when you cross past the threshold of the foyer, though, you see on either side there's a large set of spiral stairs that go up above you, and these things are wooden, polished. Everything in this house looks like it's very well maintained. Nothing looks run down. You don't see a speck of dust, one trace of dirt other than what was in the mudroom. And around the upper part of this main floor here is some sort of a balcony or a loft with a really intricately carved wooden railing that goes around it. It's probably 20 feet higher than the top of the one bookshelf, and you're able to look down into everything that's going on here. Where do you want to go? There are no other doors on this ground floor.
Just the stair.
Just the stairs that go
Yeah,
up.
let's say I guess just upstairs.
Yep.
Head up the staircase.
Okay. Which set of staircases?
Left.
Left? Okay.
Alright, yeah, that's fine.
All right. So as you go up the left set of staircases, you can see that they all connect to this little balcony, but the one seems to go on one side, one goes to the other. After you cross the balcony, they kind of go off in different directions. From the left side, you get up to the second floor of this large house, and there are several what looks to be bedroom doors. You're not entirely sure how many there are, but it doesn't look like they use all of them. This seems to be the bedroom area. This seems to be where all the bedrooms are.
Alright. like I said, me and Skriz in one, you and Rocky in the other. It's probably best if we sleep close together.
Mm-hmm.
I guess shall we get some rest?
Lorinda, do you know what where Liz's old room used to be?
Well, of course I do.
Which one of these is it?
It's the one down at the end of the hall on the right.
You think that may jog some memories? You spend the night in there?
It's worth a shot. I could stay in my own room.
I assume it's probably just one bed there. I'm fine sleeping on the floor.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'll go ahead and head down the hall.
Well, there's the 4 guest bedrooms. The master bedroom is at the very end of the hall. Your sister's room is directly across from yours.
Sure, nobody's been in those rooms for a while, so.
Last I heard, your father kept them the way that you left them.
Hope you cleaned it before you left.
We're about to find
Trash
out.
everywhere.
He did have staff come in and dust, but they were not permitted to touch any of your things.
Kind of sad. This huge
something
place.
cool in there.
and only one person living in it.
It does seem pretty lonely. Kind of feel bad.
Well,
Just imagine how far the kitchen is if you need a midnight snack. Golly.
Gotta walk a mile hike right there.
well, I guess off to bed, and I will see you guys in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll take a bedroom that's close to Liz's old room.
So his right
Mhm.
side, sister's is across, master bedroom, and there's 2 other bedrooms on each side.
I think Skriz just walks towards the master bed.
So yes, there's a total of 7 bedrooms on this
All right,
floor.
we'll do master.
As he walks in,
You're
like,
going straight to the master's bedroom.
Yeah.
Wow.
like with his
Balls
back,
on this guy.
with his back turned to everybody. Skriz is the
He's
first
like,
one
well,
through.
he's
He's
dead.
like, "Good night, Basti." He walks in.
I do think I want to inspect probably all 3 bedrooms, though. Just-
I mean, we can take a look at ours.
Exactly. Well,
Well, which room would you like to look into first?
I think I do want to look into my room first.
Okay.
'cause-
So you walk down to the end of the hallway, and the floor squeaks a little bit. You open the door, hoping to jar your memory in
Mhm.
some way, some sort of familiarity. You've never seen this room before in your life.
Yeah.
You look around and you see many things that you would be interested in. Lots of books. There are story books in here about famous wizards. There are textbooks on different types of alchemical studies and potion making, and general books on history, geography.
Any on liches?
Make a perception check. Actually, investigation check.
Wait, is that better or worse?
Is that better or worse?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't it?
All right, Cheeseburger Eddie. The higher they are, what's a 2?
Cheese to the roll.
At first glance, are you fluent in Elvish?
Probably not.
Probably not.
What's the Elvish
You can always point something out to me if you want.
What's the Elvish word for no?
I don't know.
You do not see any books that strike you right away as you're kind of looking down the spines. Some of them are in written in Elvish, and you're not sure entirely what they say. Some of them look like they're textbooks. You've seen him carry around a couple of books that he's made notes and jotted down. You've seen him use a spell book before. These do not have like a spell book property to them, but some of them are journals. They are notebooks of some kind, and you know that he's always been fascinated with learning, so it's not weird for you to see that.
Yeah.
His desk has, quills and parchment, and he's scribbled out notes and wadded up pieces of paper. It looks very disorganized.
Sounds about right.
You were a messy kid, huh?
I guess so.
But I don't necessarily read Elvish. Does any of those say they got liches in them?
Liches.
Like any books on liches?
I don't know. I'll go ahead and take a look myself then. How he brings that up.
Make an investigation check with advantage.
Damage? Oh god. Okay, well, I hope my investigation's good. 13. Rolled a
13.
2 and a 9.
On a couple of the books, again, it confirms what he says. Some of these are books on the ideology and experimental spellcrafting, things that never have been proven. One of the books kind of strikes you as interesting to the point where you're kind of like, I want to take this. It talks about the ability to manipulate magical energies and to conform them into a unique type of spell. Taking a spell that normally does one thing and just manipulating it ever so slightly.
Yeah, that's definitely something he would be interested in taking.
You know that this is a practice that some sorcerers are able to do, and the book seems interesting to you. There are one of the Elvish. I won't really call it a textbook. It's more like a storybook. Not quite a children's book, but it looks to be some sort of an almost like fiction. It strikes you as odd because it speaks about the king of the undead. That's the title of the book, roughly translated from Elvish.
Yeah, I would like to investigate that book.
Okay, so you open this book up, and you know that this is written. This book is handwritten. It's written in a ancient form of Elvish. You're able to pick up some of the dialect from it. But the book itself mentions and speaks, just briefly glancing through it, of the old god of the Drow. It mentions one name specifically, Loth.
I don't know. First, I want to see if I recognize that name, and if I don't,
As a Drow, you know that name very well.
okay.
They tell horror stories about
Gotcha.
Loth. Loth was supposedly a queen tied to the history of the Drow elves. The Drow themselves used to be not the elves that they are today. Twisted by darkness and the worship of a half-elf, half-spider.
Hate snakes.
She's worshipped by the oldest of your kind.
Kind of putting two and two together. I'm assuming this is who my mother went to. In theory,
You're not sure.
I'll keep that one in the theory.
You see a few
box.
other journal books, and you notice that there is a desk drawer that's locked.
Too bad I don't have a key. I will try that key that we found off of my father.
It fits.
If it fits, I will turn it and attempt to open the drawer.
You open the door, and inside are several handwritten manuscripts, notes, papers, a couple of almost like journal entries. It's all written in your hand.
Oh, wow. I guess I'd like to start reading them a little bit.
You kind of gather from the dates that are on some of them. You start going back to the oldest ones. I'm going to give you a generalized summary instead of reading everything. If you
course.
want them, I'll give you copies of them.
I want one of these.
All of them.
It starts out very simply that you feel your purpose in life is to excel in power, to bring the Golgari in a much different light than they are viewed. They're viewed as sort of less scary. They're looked down upon because they dwell down here. Even though their function is just as high, many of your kind dwell among them. And while history doesn't exactly remember why your kind used to be feared, you think that with your drive, your ambition, and your goals, that you could make Ravnica and the Golgari overall better. You talk about some experiments that you and your mom start doing. and how you start researching into alternate means of obtaining power. There's several entries in there and several notes in there that your mother speaks very highly of you, and that she believes you are Ravnica's future. You're not sure exactly why the time gap, but there's a few pages that are several years later. You talk about your mother delving into research that you don't particularly agree with. She starts referencing the old god
Off.
a lot, and that she can give you the power that you seek. All you have to do is just worship her. You feel in the notes that you've taken that something is speaking to her. That it is trying to take advantage of her. You and your mother have a falling out. You go to continue your research in your own way. You specifically use the term immortality and lich.
Wow.
Your goal is to become a lich,
Wow.
but not a lich in the sense of the liches you know in Ravnica. Ancient darker magics.
Oh,
You were a bad guy.
well, maybe. Apparently, I don't know.
True lich.
Put a hat on,
True
turned it
lich.
sideways.
It's all theorized. And in some of the books that you read, it talks about these in legends and lore. And that the concept behind the liches that exist in Ravnica base their magics off of. But to obtain power, one must live long enough to obtain all the knowledge. And you feel that you need to live forever to do this.
Kind of an unobtainable goal, then, huh?
Yeah. You try to
I
get
don't know.
that goal, you die in another campaign. And you're a monk.
You
You're a monk. Yeah.
you felt that this power could not be wielded by someone with selfish ambitions, but you also knew that the ends and the sacrifice that you would make would justify the means. And that the only person that would really suffer would be you, no matter the cost. At this point, all of this has been secret from your father. You make several notes over all these years of research that your father would never find out about this because you knew that he would forbid it. When you start mentioning Loth and your mother, you know that he would very much forbid that. Deeper in the notes, you talk about plans of an experiment. You think that you have found the ritual. You found the way to do it. You have found the means of achieving lichdom. You know everything that you're supposed to do. You feel confident about it. But your mother says that you're wrong. She tries to talk you out of it. You think that it's her mind corrupted by this god because she is very far gone at this point. While you are having a very heated argument one night, your father walks in and hears all of this. He feels a slight betrayal from this hidden secret research for years. Your estimation at this point, it's about 20 years worth of research.
It's a lot of research. And I don't remember any of it.
You don't.
Sounds like someone else would know.
Your father basically forbids your mother to stay at the house anymore, fearing that she has gone completely corrupt and down the path that many of your kind have gone before. They get in a physical altercation,
Oh, wow.
and she bests him. The strength that she has actually frightens you. And now you have a new motivation to not just better Ravnica, but save your mother. That's all the motivation that you need at this point, knowing that she's so far gone that once you attain this power, you're going to save your mother. bring your family back together. You know, in a weird way, it's your fault, but you're going to fix everything. So you set up a failsafe. You mentioned specifically multiple times failsafe, just in case something does not work out. I'll be able to continue on. You know the risks involved with this require you to die, and that your soul be plucked from your body. But you have a failsafe.
It's all been Draven.
On the night of your experiment, you say that you're going to fully go through it. You don't mention what this failsafe is or anything after. So you're not even sure if it was successful.
Well, I'm not a lich. Well, at least I don't think I am.
That's all
Cast
those the
Fireball.
notes say.
Wow.
Your father apparently locked this up because he didn't want anybody else to get into it.
Mhm.
And that's why he's kept the key with him.
I think I'll keep this key with me and probably make it into like a necklace or something.
Not the path you thought we were going down, huh?
So does it say anything about liches in there?
Well, yes.
Oh,
And
Everybody's staring at him
like how
I think
to
he was going to tell us.
how to kill them or
I think at this point,
weaknesses, immunities, resistances.
we're all in this together, and I don't think it's worth keeping any secrets between us. And
Wow.
then I literally describe what happened in the notes to everybody else.
Maybe this new life is making him not a secret.
He's brutally honest.
Yeah, it's like, and
tried
also I
to-
hate you all. I'm leaving.
I mean, it's kind of his turn. We've done a lot with everybody else, and he's been quiet.
That dress does make you look fat.
And also, your breath always stinks.
So
I just thought you should know.
I don't know what this failsafe is, but apparently it had to have worked because one, I'm not a lich, and two, I'm alive. Three, I don't remember anything about what apparently any of this.
Well,
So I take it you relay to them everything that you
Yes.
found out. Okay.
and did we know about your head conversation, all of it, or
No.
It was just
No.
so we don't know really that whole second life.
He asked some very random questions at one
So,
point.
you doing this experiment, did you put a timer on it? Like, once you reach maybe a certain age, that's when you would become.
The notes don't say. It just looks like.
Like he's set a timer, and then like when a certain boom, I'm a lich.
Yeah.
I like where you're going with it. That's cool.
124 years old.
Exactly.
And my birthday is tonight.
It's midnight. It's midnight.
There's a boss battle.
You guys had to fight Lizica.
Yep. Oh boy.
Wow.
From whatever I can tell, it failed. So
Makes sense.
Would you be willing to try again?
I'm not sure.
Does
I
it,
don't even know.
it doesn't say the ritual in there or anything?
I don't know. Does it have any notes on the actual ritual itself?
Nope.
Okay.
I wonder if your father maybe he locked all this up. He put the ritual somewhere else,
You could have hid
like
those
a
away.
safer place.
Or burned it.
Possible.
Possible.
Well, y'all are staying in the master bedroom. You look around, see if he's got like a
I
safe
feel
or
at this
something.
point we might as well all kind of investigate the rest of the other rooms, see if we can find anything.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to get your sister's room,
Yeah.
we'll look at the master bedroom. You know, 2 birds, 1 stone kind of thing. Are you up for that, Skriz?
I'm up for it. Let's go.
All right, so I'll take Skriz to the master bedroom.
Okay.
And before, like, we start kind of looking around, is there a jewelry box in this room?
Not anything you distinctly recognize immediately as a jewelry box.
Okay.
I mean, there's this is a pretty massive room. The bed, it looks as though it could easily sleep 10 people in it. There's tons of pillows, furs, blankets. This is like the poster bed on this. This you could sleep a couple ogres in this bed, no problem.
Okay.
Maybe they had wild ogre sex parties. You don't know, but you're not sure. It's the biggest bed you've ever seen
Like,
Okay.
whatever you're
in your life
So I
in
will.
someone's house.
I-
You've been in other dens
Yeah.
and you've seen.
I will take a look around. Looking for.
Make an investigation check. Anyone that's in the room with him that also wants to look around can make an investigation
I'll give
check.
myself.
Lizica, are you continuing to look around your own room?
Yeah, because I feel like I've really only looked at the books and that.
And Rocky, what are you doing?
I'm probably gonna stay in here with Liz.
You got it. Are you
and,
investigating or just chilling?
I feel like since I don't speak Elvish and a lot of this stuff is probably not gonna make much sense to me, I'm gonna stand around the room and like look around for interesting stuff and go, "Ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's this? Ooh, what's that? Did you see that down there?" And in hopes of giving him advantage,
I see.
like pointing out weird stuff
Okay.
because I'm not gonna know what it means.
Fair.
So
So
we'll do master bedroom investigation first. Are you helping or just there?
I think Skriz is like looking at the bed and he starts climbing up on it and
Okay.
like jumping on it and crawling underneath.
It's
the
got a good.
blankets
It's
and,
got
like,
a
snuggling
good ring
up.
to
Yeah.
it. It's got a nice trampoline feel to it.
I don't see anything over here. Let me check underneath the covers. There's all this talk about
You kind of feel like you're wrapped up in a woolly mammoth. It's just warm and soft and comfortable. This is the most comfortable bed you've ever been in.
Okay.
Did anyone get really tired all of a sudden?
17. You
big
check
number.
some of the chest of drawers. You check the large wardrobe cabinet. It's a lot of clothes. You see women's clothes in there too. They don't look like they've been touched nearly as recently. They don't seem as creased and worn and damaged or anything like that. You see bits of things that there is jewelry and things like. None of it seems magical.
Okay. Is there any
Um,
rings?
yeah.
All right. I'll take 2 of those rings.
stealing from my phone.
I'm gonna take 2 of
Does it
them.
matter what kind of rings that you're looking
No.
for?
They don't have to match or anything.
There's a couple of just really basic silver rings, and I would say maybe a couple of what looks to be maybe copper rings.
Okay. So I will get 2.
It's not real copper; it's copper laced with gold around it.
I'll get 2 of those silver rings.
Okay.
And begin to walk over to Skriznet. And I will look him dead in the eyes. Be like,
Hold on, I'm like this.
so I know we've been going back and forth recently, and I got you a gift. And I wanted to, as
going.
as being best friends, I want to give you a best friend. Like, kind of, I've heard of bracelets, but everybody does bracelets. We're gonna do best friend rings.
Knew it.
Okay.
All right. And while we,
I can't.
when we become best friends, we become interlocked.
I can't wait for Skriz to sell this ring next episode.
And
You're gonna make an
Like,
honest
why do I-
goblin out of me?
Why do I have
Yes.
this ring again? Oh well.
yes, and so I'll hold out your hand and I'll put the ring on and I'll show him the rings. Like, I'll show him both of them. I already have mine on,
Then he'll
Okay.
kneel down on one knee.
I'm like, okay.
so I'll put
There's
the
my
other,
hand.
I'll put the other ring on him.
Okay.
And while I'm doing all of this,
Are you resisting in any kind of way?
I'm like, I'm just curious. Like,
I'm casting.
it's a shiny object. I'm like, okay, free
Yeah.
ring. Sweet.
So we're gonna be best friends, the Goblin King, and the guy that dies a lot. And you may kiss the bride. And I'll lean in for a kiss real quick. And when I do that, ceremony will go off.
Ceremony.
What? Did you just? You just said no. What?
What
Kiss the bride.
would you like to explain to him what ceremony does?
So, sure. Ceremony is a very fun spell, and it's my last spell slot of the day. So I perform a special religious ceremony that is infused with magic. When I cast the spell, I'm going to choose wedding, You touch 2 adult humanoids willing to be bonded together in marriage. For the next 7 days, each creature gains a +2 AC while within 30 feet of each other.
On the plus side, you get a +2 AC
A
for the next
creature,
7 days.
a creature can't benefit from this again. This right again only if widowed. So one of us have to die.
Well, no, I'll be rid of
It only lasts for 7 days.
7 days.
7 days.
But the only way to end the effect prematurely is if one of you dies.
Dies.
Notice it doesn't say unconscious; it says dead.
Dead.
Then we revivify each other.
Plus,
Just
plus 2 bonus to AC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all it took was Elvin kissing you.
Yup.
I feel at this point, Chris like jumps out of bed like and runs to the room where they're at and be like, I think we just got married. Never.
What?
What?
See, I told you, Rocky. We're best friends now. Show him your ring. Best friend ring.
I mean, I'd have gotten a bigger one, but
I would have gotten a
So we haven't registered yet. But I think I'm gonna go down to that potion shop we were at and I'm gonna register there for wedding gifts. So
oh yeah, sure, yeah. I mean, I'm a little offended you didn't ask me to be the best man, the best minotaur.
yeah, I just found out 30 seconds ago.
Oh,
It was crit.
Wow.
Like that.
We invited only close friends.
All right. Lizica and Rocky. Did you make your investigation check? He's helping
am
you,
now.
so you get advantage.
Thank God for advantage.
Yeah,
21 this time.
Hey.
21. So as you're looking around, he's over going, "Ooh, this is neat. What's that thing?" He actually hits something
With
on
my
one of the
head.
bookshelves, and you hear a clicking noise.
Ah, secret lair.
The bed slides back into the wall and reveals a set of staircases a set of stairs that goes down.
Aren't I clever?
Oh my God, it's a secret room.
The book that you actually touched is called The Descent.
Yes. Man, I really am clever.
That was the title of one of our episodes.
What?
I think it is actually.
I'm just gonna throw in the names of some of the titles or episodes
Yeah.
and things
Just work 'em in.
for the fans.
Or he's gonna foreshadow. The book's called "All the Characters Die."
Mm, I don't like that one as much.
No, it's not a very good story.
Well, I think we should go down there.
Might as well.
You want me to go first?
Sure.
Have you ever set a booby trap before, since you remember?
Let me think. No, I'm sure it's fine.
Now,
Yeah,
is
you're
this-
probably right.
Is this happening while we're getting married?
You guys came back in. He's like, "I think I'm married," and that's when you pressed the thing.
Yes, it happened after.
Well, who's gonna go down first?
Well, I will.
All right. Well, you being your sneaky beaky like, I'll give you a little motivation, and I'll smack you on the ass
Hey,
and give you guidance.
And that's it. Not actually give you guidance. Just
just ass smacking.
nothing actually happens.
Because he does have like, if you ever touch another guy, yeah.
This will be a very.
I mean, we've
short
been married
marriage.
for 3 minutes and
Wait.
This will be the shortest marriage known to me.
If
He's already
king
like
of the
possessive of you.
if he's king of the goblins, am I
That
queen
means
of
you.
the goblins?
That's your
Well,
queen of
I
goblins.
mean, not. I would say no, not unless you identify as female, or unless you change shape as a female.
So we're double.
I'd say you
kings.
guys could be double kings. I would call you primary king. You were the first king,
king
but
of the goblins,
I-
king of dying.
Damn.
Right.
Got him.
Continue with the story.
got it.
So my horn's still being lit up. I'll have the sword just kind of ready to go. Not like, I think a little more of a lazy posture. Not like
I remember I was in a
necessarily.
giant spider at that point. Well, obviously, I don't remember anything. So.
Yeah, you don't
and
remember anything.
Start
Weird that
heading,
you don't remember anything. isn't
start
it?
heading
No.
down there.
Well, he said no. I want to say where.
You're good. Nothing.
Interesting.
You're good.
You're good.
Yeah, I know. I'm.
So
Thank
you
you.
walk down, and
Does he head down like
the
a
the
spiral?
stairway down is made from stone. It looks as though it was magically carved. It descends down. It's very narrow. You have to kind of hunch down a little bit just so you don't smack your head on the part above. You kind of turn your head at the side a little bit because your horns are just a little bit too wide. You feel very small down in this hallway.
Feels fine for me.
You walk down what seems to be Well, you have a really good sense of direction because you're a Minotaur. So I would say that you feel that you descend at least what would be considered 2 stories deep. You start descending the 3rd story, and it opens up into a large underground cavernous chamber. You look around, and it looks as though this is the remnants of some sort of old cave system. Maybe some creature lived here at some point, but it looks to have been parts of it at least repurposed into a laboratory.
Wow, I really went all out. Didn't I?
my laboratory.
Can I cast Divine Sense?
Don't push that button.
So 60 feet, looking for, I guess, anything suspicious. Detect good and evil.
You sense, and only if your friends are evil, you sense nothing else, or good. You'd sense them. That's
Okay.
it. Nothing else is
Suddenly I
alive down
become
here.
evil.
So I assume they're kind of following me a little bit down. So once I get into the laboratory, I'll just say that it's all clear.
So you walk into the chamber that looks to be the main laboratory. In a weird way, it looks almost cathedral-like. There's these benches that are actually tables, but they look almost as if they were pews or seats like you saw in the basilica at the Orzova. There's some sort of a bowl at the end of this little altar-looking thing, and a frayed, kind of tattered rug. The bowl looks as though it's stained with either wine or blood.
Can I smell it?
This
See what
looks to
it
be
is?
the main part. You see
Yeah.
these large glass vats that have some sort of liquid. You are assuming liquid, maybe water. You're not sure. There are 4 of them, 2 on either side of the altar at the front.
There any?
All of them are empty except for one.
Oh.
Inside one of them, you look, and it looks to be a humanoid.
Does it look like Lictus? Lizica.
It looks like it is a drow,
Mm.
but you're not sure. Its head is sort of slumped down. It's almost in like a fetal type position.
Now, how big? So big enough to fit a humanoid in?
Absolutely.
So can I like grab the sides and like give a little shake, see if I can get the head to go up?
It looks like Lizica.
Liz,
Uh-huh.
do you have a twin brother
I don't think so.
that you're marinating? You better
Uh,
take a look at this.
yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that.
It looks to be a perfectly preserved copy of you. Every detail.
Does it look like, I don't know how to say this, like it died or like it's ready to be lived in?
Unless you know anything about science or magic, I'd say you would have no way of knowing.
You're a
I know about
scientist.
magic.
How much magic?
Plus
Your
3 in
Arcana?
Arcana.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Guidance.
Okay.
And you're a scientist too. Doesn't look like a good thing.
14?
Um,
Thought it was a 1.
you are not 100% sure, but you're leaning on the side of not born yet.
Well, look on that table for some elvish notes or something.
Yeah, certainly.
Did you?
You see lots of papers. There is a dagger resting near the edge of one of the bowls. It looks to be stained with blood.
Hmm.
These are the only things that are there. The notes themselves, they seem to be incantations. Looking at it, it doesn't seem like they mean anything, though. They don't seem complete.
Does the dagger resemble anything more of a ritualistic sort?
Absolutely.
I figured as much.
I think we're about to find Liz.
It is a traditional sacrificial drow dagger.
Right. Pick up the dagger and
It
turn
was-
and look at
It was used
and
in
you
what
all
you
fell into
believe.
my long-term trap.
From what you know about the history of Drow, it used to be used in ancient sacrificial rituals. You also are now started having the realization that you know an awful lot about Drow, but not a lot about who you were, and you find that odd.
I'll whisper in my head, Lila. Yoo-hoo.
This place is evil.
Well, yeah, that's obvious. What's twin Lizica doing in the pot over there?
Is a shell that is not a living being.
So he shed his shell?
I'm not sure.
Is this the new life?
I've never seen anything like this.
Okay.
I've seen wizards cast spells of temporary cloning and simulacrum, but it's temporary and not permanent. This is something entirely different.
Oh, okay.
But I tell you, the Simic would be very interested in this.
Rocky,
I'd be sellouts.
Yeah, what's up?
can we talk for a second?
Are you
Yeah.
touching anything else on the table besides the papers?
What else is on the table?
The bowl and the dagger.
I do think it's something I'd probably brush my hand across to brush off the dust.
Off the bowl or the dagger?
I'll start with the bowl.
The bowl is engraved. It's black. On the inside, it's metallic and silver. You see what looks to be blood stains in the bottom.
Hmm.
Blood was in there at one point, not necessarily a lot, but it has been dried up.
Mm-hmm.
It is dusty down here.
I figured as much.
My death.
Anything else you'd like to touch?
I'll inspect the dagger as well.
By inspect, I need to know if you were picking it up.
I would probably pick it up. Yes.
You pick up the dagger, and you are filled with an overwhelming urge to cut yourself with it.
All right.
I need you to make a charisma saving throw at disadvantage.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna tell Rocky. So my death pact angel said something about him having a new life, and I think this might be his new life.
The one in the shell?
No,
You don't resist the call at all.
the one that's standing there.
Oh my god. What?
You immediately, you guys watch him while you're talking. He takes this dagger and he cuts it across the palm of his hand, and he squeezes the blood out into the bowl.
Can I run over and then like slap his hand away and do some lay on hands on him?
In the split second that all of this is happening,
Uh-oh.
you are flooded with memories.
Oh God. Okay.
You see 150 odd years of life flash in your eyes in an instant. It's the missing pieces that you didn't have before. It's everything that happened before. And now you have a secret.
And you just said that you were going to be telling us all the
So,
secrets, so
When we notice he slashes, can I yell out where?
So you slap the dagger out.
Mhm.
You don't have time to process this all at once.
Yeah.
And how much lay on hands are you doing? I need you to roll a d4
Me.
to see how much damage you do. Yeah.
Damage. 3.
It's going to be +2 on that. So you're going to take 5 points of slashing damage.
so it looked like a moderate.
It's a pretty good gash. I mean, he was able to squeeze his hand and like blood trickled out into the bowl.
Yeah, I'll say, well, I don't generally do too much. I'll say I'll probably go for like 3 points.
Okay. So he drops 3 points of lay on hands healing on you. You notice as when you touch him though, his eyes, they look completely whited out. He looks like he's not really consciously aware of what's going on for just a second, and then as you slap the dagger out completely, he comes back to.
So after I do that, I'll hit him in the face a few times, back and forth, playing
You
basketball.
you feel stunned. You just gained like 150 years
yeah.
worth of knowledge immediately.
What in the hell are you doing?
I feel like he's just literally like at a loss of words right now.
Speak.
Um,
Why'd you stab yourself?
I just felt a calling. I don't know. It just felt natural. I couldn't resist.
What?
No,
Just
it was just a voice in the back of my head, and I just did it.
don't touch that dagger again.
But what if I want to?
You don't tell me what to do.
Can I go and look at the dagger and see if it appears like magical, or if it came from him wanting to stab himself, or the dagger making him stab himself, or
You can make an Arcana check, unless you're going to use detect magic.
I don't have detect magic.
Okay.
21.
It has a faint aura of magic about it.
Who's got the holding bag? Scrizzy,
Mm-hmm.
or do I have it? I think you got it. Jinx.
Jinx. You owe me a Yoda. You owe me a blood ritual.
I'm still upset that Elvin married him.
yeah,
He's
still,
good at
he's in
Davis.
shock in his own way. Yeah.
So I'll take the bag of holding off my waist and kind of try and scoop up the dagger.
Yeah, I'll say that's no problem.
Get it in there,
Just, like,
cinch it
kick
tight.
in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, no problem at all.
put it in the bag.
Well, now I gotta figure out what I just learned.
How you gonna grab it back out?
Okay,
That's the
I'll
point.
tell you what you learned.
I don't think
You saw your entire life. Up to the night of the experiment.
Mm-hmm.
You have all the knowledge of the ritual that you performed. You did the experiment in this very lab. It wasn't in this room, though. You know that this dagger you enchanted with a form of memory magic, just in case the experiment went wrong. And you needed to relearn everything you knew. You went into a different chamber in this area and performed the ritual. And your soul was ripped from your body.
That sounds like pretty serious.
Mm-hmm.
And then you remember nothing other than waking up in one of those test tubes.
Ooh, so that was Plan B.
You wandered around in a haze. Those memories and you coming out of that test tube, basically. You don't remember any of that.
Mhm.
It was almost as if memory could not be established at that point. New life had been given. What you're confused about is, where'd your soul go?
Interesting. So
There is a brief period of time of you not knowing exactly what happened,
mhm.
and then you remember meeting Xerxes.
Hmm.
That's when your memory started again.
Interesting. I feel like after a few minutes, I'm able to gather myself a bit more, and since I already shared the notes before, I wouldn't be giving away too much to say. I think I actually went through the ritual and it failed,
looks like a couple of times, maybe.
maybe, and so apparently.
Elvin. Your hammer starts vibrating.
Roll.
Hello.
Evil has found its way to you.
The same evil from before.
Be careful. Don't die.
That's asking a lot.
You're asking a lot from the King of Dying.
You know, I appreciate it.
All the light in this room is sucked out completely.
I will instantly yell where.
It points below you.
Below us. Uh-oh.
All right, hubby, let's get it.
The darkness fills this room like a magical darkness.
Magical.
You're not able to bring the light of your horns out and spread it beyond the room that you're currently in. You feel that same chill and uncomfortable presence that you felt before in both the Guild Pact Hall and in the Golgari Hall. You see the formation within the darkness of a humanoid. It walks out like it's walking through the shadows. And it's a young drow female. She looks to be maybe in her 20s in human age.
We see this like through the darkness.
Yes. She almost illuminates. Hi, Liz.
And since
From
I
your
haven't-
memories, you recognize her as your sister.
There it is. Her name was. Wait for it.
Lana.
Lethron.
Is that the same voice you talked to in the blinkness before?
Yeah, actually, now that, yep. There we go.
We might need pipe.
There we go.
And then maybe what?
Hello,
I'm gonna go with the cheeseburger.
sister.
Well, you came home.
That I did.
I left you enough breadcrumbs to get here, including Daddy Dearest.
Got him out of the picture, didn't you?
Well, of course. But not because he was in my way. It was more to send a message.
Message went through. What do you want?
You left.
I did.
You left me with a monster. And then you ripped that soul out of your body like it was no big thing. Well, where do you think that went? You failed.
No.
You did not achieve what you wanted. But it wasn't a total loss because I got a new brother. Much better than you. You've met him before.
Oh boy. Out of character, I know what this is.
Good.
In character, my guy has no idea. But I know what we're about to fix, and it's good.
Your whole family's a bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
She's really good at therapy.
I think it's a little late for therapy.
He never leaves, and he does whatever I say. And once we tie up a few loose ends, master's orders, you know. Oh, I didn't tell you I have a new job. I'm working for Sadak's heir.
Of course. I thought I was a sellout.
I've been promised all the power in the world. Not that I need it now.
Isn't that what we all want?
I have my new brother, and I've been told to eliminate you. You're getting just a little bit too big for your britches, he says.
Well, give it your best shot.
Oh,
This
this would be the part normally where I would say you should run, but you're not going to get the opportunity to.
I wouldn't have anyways.
And she fades out.
Run!
And then we start running.
Is there time like in while she's talking, like where Skriz can reach into his pocket, his little, and pull out the wand, and he just wants to grab it. He's like, fireball, and just see if it does anything at her before he's
I'll say yes, because you panic like that all the time. So make an attack roll.
Yes, please.
Come on, baby.
Of course, why wouldn't it? What do I just do? My magic attack?
Yep, you're just making like a normal
Yeah.
firebolt attack, I think.
So I think 13. I got a 6. Plus my
The
7.
the
Plus
magical
7, so
flame
7 on my magic.
shoots through her body. She's not corporal.
Mm-hmm.
She is ethereal.
So when she fades out,
Mhm.
I'll still say where.
Still pointing below you.
And it's still dark.
Very dark.
Okay, I just want to make sure that.
So is that one of the charges?
Is that what you used?
I just grabbed one and shit.
I would say
Wait,
yeah. You,
I didn't know if
you,
yelling
you
at-
fired one charge. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I think we're not going to get a chance to run, so whatever's coming, it's below us. I don't know how big, but it's below.
I'm assuming it's what we fought before, or not fought, but saw before.
Well, I guess there's only one way to find out.
Yep.
I'm gonna get in like
Go back upstairs. No? Okay.
I'm gonna get in like,
He has the most practical ideas. He's like, we should leave.
You know, there's nothing keeping us.
We're in danger.
I mean, we can try to run.
Or we can just walk safely out of here. There's nothing in front of us.
You can't see.
The darkness intensifies to where you can't even see your hand in front of your face.
We'll
You
Whoa,
feel
whoa.
a slight decrease in temperature as you hear the sound of shifting bones and sinew scraping across the floor underneath of you.
can I take the dodge action at this point?
Yes.
Oof.
Crit.
On who?
Lizica.
Mr. 20 hit points.
Hey, 40 hit points
And you
now.
didn't take a long rest yet. You guys are screwed.
I'm only missing 2 hit points.
Yeah.
But a crit's probably going to do like probably 40.
The last crit that I got from surprise
The
was
whole plan
86
was to go
points.
take a rest, but now we just keep going and
We
going.
had to look.
We can't help it. It's just his
It's
nature.
my nature.
Family
I'm
secret.
saying, I'm saying how bad this actually is.
Oh, I have 2 spells left. No, 4 spells left.
Oh, God.
No, 3 spells
Things are about to get interesting.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spells.
It's bad.
I know,
Gonna
it's
be
bad.
a go
It's
down.
Yeah.
He's getting more
I need more
dice.
dice.
I know you do. That's bad.
It's gonna spit in your mouth.
I'm really sorry. I let you choose your path. You just chose poorly.
All I gotta say is,
we need that button.
me and Skriz aren't gonna make it to the honeymoon.
I'm out of Chaos Bolts because I know I used all those.
Shit, those D12s.
Kind of sound like
there
they
went
could be
one charge on the
D8s or
1
D4s.
wonders.
They definitely were D4s.
Yep, the sound was too girthy for D4.
Earthquake?
Lizica,
Uh-huh.
you feel a sharp, piercing stab in your chest area as you kind of look down. You see this big, long, taloned hand reach up and puncture you through your chest and try to drag itself up from the ground below you. You see this bone-covered face with sinew flesh underneath of it, and these peering yellow eyes come out as you see this boned creature all the way down and flesh and sinew pulls itself up. You're going to take 29 points of piercing damage.
Oh, that's not
Oh,
bad.
that's not too bad.
Boo.
Also,
They must have been D4s.
Kick his ass, Seabass.
Second attack.
I'm really sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Oops.
About to get Thanos snapped.
You take 30 points of necrotic damage.
Me? Oh, him.
No, yeah. Oh god.
You looked at me and said.
Yeah. I am unconscious.
So it's a total of
Does the
59
darkness
points.
fade after he dies?
You guys didn't even actually see what happened, but I do need everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh, God. At least I get advantage. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not
Move
bad.
this over a little bit so I can roll on this instead of stupid.
Do you want the dice you made me? You roll well with it.
No, I'm good. I got all these I made.
Would you
Yeah,
like
use-
to try the cheeseburger?
Gotta try the cheeseburger.
I fucking love to eat a cheeseburger right now.
That's kind of sound good, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Actually,
that's-
it kind of does.
Cheeseburger dice. What am I tell you?
He brings in the
Cheeseburger to go with my
dice,
dead
and now all
body.
I want to do is
Can you guys feed my unconscious body a cheeseburger real quick?
That's the healing potion.
Yeah.
I don't do good.
What'd you get?
30-20.
No, you didn't.
Roll a 19.
You
It
suck.
doesn't matter. I wasn't even tuned to my staff yet.
Oh, I'm not even attuned to 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Then, so it's basically I went to the 1-to-1 and went
Elvin, how'd you do?
18.
Yeah, I'm not attuned to level 7 yet.
yeah. I'm
Not attuned to level 7 yet. Yeah.
Lizica. Oh wait, you're unconscious. You still need to roll.
Death save.
8, 9. 9.
Good thing that was the death save.
Yeah, it's a good thing. That would have been 8 for a death save. I have a +1.
You don't get pluses on death saves.
I meant I had +1 for
Rocky, how'd you do?
Oh, dirty 20.
How easy is it?
Soup.
It's really dirty.
It's like
And Skrizna, how'd you do?
12. Yeah.
Better than me.
Alright.
It's better than the unconscious guy. Do I get disadvantage when I have my initiative when I'm unconscious?
Okay, I'm gonna set up your thing here.
Yeah, it's gonna be called our dad.
it's gonna be colder.
You're welcome, guys.
In the arms of an angel.
More
So,
sacrifices.
so none of us saw Liz go down, right?
You guys don't. You guys heard a sound?
Yeah, I was about to say you probably heard it. You heard
No.
that? You heard that wet
We-
sponge sound? From
We heard something hit the ground. I'm like, Elvin, you still alive?
Elvin? Just a,
You guys, and for the record, you guys are here in this room.
We're gonna be married for one day.
What was
hey, at
this?
least you have +2 to your PCs.
Yeah.
What's it called in the box? Matt?
No, I don't. No,
That's in the D&D map.
it's by then.
Oh, fuck me in the beard.
I knew it. I know exactly what this thing is.
Oh, he paid this a long time ago.
I did paint this a long time.
I knew exactly what this thing was when it ripped my father's guts out.
Where's your guys' minis?
Over here. So I'm gonna be right there, and I'm gonna be not
gonna take those
alive.
Should we
Benji,
go ahead?
help.
Should we get your servants to get your
My body, take it
get
to
your
the crypt.
crypts ready for you,
Yeah,
right next to
probably.
your father's?
I had a BOGO deal going on.
Buy
Buy one coffee, get a second one free. Everywhere.
Ripped his head off. I was like,
And
that looks about right. Everybody's like facing everywhere else, but where?
but where I'm dead, yeah.
As a heart.
Okay.
Somebody who needs you.
All right. So
I'm gonna prepare this.
the darkness seems to. It's still present, but you're able to make out some outlines of things. There's still a lot of shadow and dark areas in this room, including the ceiling above and on parts of the walls. But now you're able to get a look at this roughly 10-foot tall creature with long bone-like structures and sinew underneath of its flesh. Big, sharp black talons that have a faint hue of red around them, not from the blood dripping off of them, just the natural color. Its face seems to be twisted and not in a straight smile. Its teeth are all unnaturally white in comparison to the red flesh underneath of its skull-like structure. Its arms seem to reach out further than should be physically possible. And it's draped in this robe from the waist down that almost looks like Shadows itself.
Good luck, guys.
Top of the round is Rocky.
So to take a potion that's not a healing potion is a full action,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Balls.
I'm not familiar with that potion.
Hmm?
I'm not familiar with that potion. Balls potion.
Oh yeah, it's a speed potion. Okay.
Hey, look.
Okay.
You can see me, I'm
So
dead.
I got
Hey, look, Mom, I'm the one that's tipped over.
Okay, so I have got my sword out. I was in a defensive pose, and I will assume attack pose, and I will use my action to pop the speed potion, which effectively gives me haste. Correct? Is that what
Yes.
it does? Okay. And then I will use my hasted action to swing at this bitch.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack action.
And okay. Nope. Probably not.
Nice.
13.
13 does not hit.
Next time I pick that.
Cersei's higher than 13.
So the in the confusion and shock of what's going on is now you see a little bit of light returning back to the room. You look over, you see Lizica's body down on the ground. As the light started to come back in, you see this thing. It was gripping on his body and pulling itself up from the ground to take form right here, and then it kind of flings Liz down on the ground.
Oh, damn.
So you panic. You drink a potion just instinctually, and you go to take a swing, but you're not even sure exactly what this thing is, and you miss, unfortunately. Next up is going to be, I think it's Elvin. It's Elvin.
Oh, can I use my reaction to have the thing Skriz take a shot with his crossbow?
Absolutely.
You're too far for melee.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah.
Yeah, so if you could close me on like
I
the
got
far side for me.
You want to go over here? Like in
Yeah,
the corner?
that's cool. Yep, and then Skriz take a shot.
Elvin's just looking the other direction. Nothing's happening.
So just turn around and I'm seeing this thing and I'm like,
This is the scariest thing you've ever
it's
seen
like
in
I
your
bring the
life.
crossbow from the hip. I'm like, ah!
I'm like,
Goes.
you used to hang out with people that worship Lord Rakdos. This is the scariest thing you've ever seen in your life.
I should have been a fruit seller. I'm gonna shoot from the hip.
Oh, shoot. We're good. We're good. We're bad. I think someone's on me.
16.
16 hits.
I did not say it was going to be that firebolt, so I guess it's just a regular one.
Probably whatever you have loaded.
Yeah, because it's like your reaction.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just say a regular one. 6 damage.
It's not bad.
6 damage. You got it.
Not bad for a reaction.
Okay. That was your reaction. Next up is this. Well, it's Elvin's turn. Elvin, you actually take a turn.
Thanks. I just hit this dude. Now I'm going to be the first one to hit him. He's going to be like, oh, there you are.
So Elvin's kind of turning around because in the darkness, just like, where's the exit? He will slowly turn around because he just hears the screams coming from Lizica.
Exactly.
Sounded just like that.
100%.
Sounded exactly like that.
He'll ask, where is this thing undead?
What do you think?
I just want to make
I
sure.
feel like-
100% is undead.
I feel
Well,
like
actually, it was
your
already
thing.
beaming. It was already beaming. All right.
Yeah, your
so-
thing was beaming, and it showed you were following it,
So-
just going up.
Yeah, just slowly following it, looking at it, dead in its eyes. I will rush up,
Undead.
and as I
That's a
go into
family
my
name?
swing, I'm
Undead.
gonna concentration, hexblade curse him, smashing him with my one-hander.
Smash him good.
So
Okay. Is your shield out?
yes,
Okay.
it's only one-handed. All right. So, ooh, am I flanking with?
Yeah, you are.
You're welcome.
Some nice tactics. Gonna need it.
18's crit, daddy.
So you hit it with
the
hex
button.
blade.
Nice.
Okay.
Drop the curse on that.
All right. So D8
And thank you.
2D8.
Yes.
If he swings at me, my AC is 21.
Now he's got a nice necklace
Nice.
to go along
Double
with his
7,
creepiness.
14, 17. Is Hexblade damage double? Because it says +3 to damage rolls.
What kind of damage is the hexblade damage? Is it necrotic
It doesn't say.
or is it force?
I think it was, if I remember correctly, I think it was a product. I'm not sure.
It does not say.
Because I think I remember you
If
calling
you
it that.
It equals. Yeah, it just says it adds +3 to your damage rolls against the cursed creature.
So it might just add whatever your weapons
Yeah.
damage is. Kind of like sneak attack. I think
So
that's how it
plus
works.
4, so 18,
I think hex adds
20.
It's well, the hex based curse is the ability one, right?
Mhm.
So that's different than hex, because I think the hex spell adds necrotic damage.
It does.
But that's I'm not sure the ability itself does.
So, because I know I'm up
Well, after
5 foot.
5 foot cone.
It'll be 5 foot. It's just says a line 30 foot long and 5 feet wide.
so, like if you want
Would it
Hit
hit
it,
Rocky
to, it
and
would not hit
Okay.
because you'd be able to aim it like
Okay,
right
gotcha.
straight.
All right.
All right, that's what I'm gonna do.
So
It's basically like
if we don't
lightning
double the
It
damage,
just adds damage. It doesn't say that it's.
that's fine.
Okay.
It
So
doesn't say that it adds a specific type of damage.
in grand total, so 21 damage on the first swing.
Okay.
On the second swing. All right, that's not bad. Does a 19 hit?
It does.
Okay. Yeah. 5, 8 more damage.
8 more damage. Did you add Hexblade?
Yeah, that was with Hexblade.
was a
I
one.
rolled a 1 plus a 4, 5, and then go for 8. Yeah.
Rolls a 1, still deals 8.
So yeah, so swinging into this, allowing kind of Scoffog to be my guide, channeling it up, eyes start to glow with like a purple tint, and just smash right into this, like the rib cage / like kidney area.
Okay, yeah, you connect. You hear some bones inside crack and some sinew tear, and it pops back out in a very ring-like way and cracks its neck and smiles at you.
There you go, got it.
How you doing, bitch?
Nice swings, Elvin.
That's it.
It looks directly at you.
At me?
At you. I mean, you just clobbered this thing, man.
Bonus action hide. Oh wait,
Me?
Is there a barrel here?
I know
Yeah,
there's
it's
a
called my
table.
it's called my dead body.
You see it turn over its head and look at you. Its neck sort of twists in an unnatural way, almost completely to the side, and the sinew around its face spreads out even more. It's going to shadow jump. Every creature that is within 15 feet of it must succeed on a Constitution saving throw.
So that is everybody. Does that include me unconsciously? Or...
No.
Okay, that's good.
Oh,
20
if
24.
anyone within 10 feet of me gets +2.
So that would be nobody.
26. So,
Uh,
oh no,
Unfortunately, everybody is exactly 15 feet away from me.
They are?
Yeah.
It looks like 10 feet. 14.
Nah.
14 barely passes.
Doesn't matter if
19.
it's by an inch or a mile.
Okay.
You just
19's
win.
good. All right, so what this thing does is you see it, like, it looks like a black swirl of shadow around it. It dips down into the ground and it reappears over here. 5, 10, 50. Yep, that's what it's going to do. It's going to stretch out its very long claw. You see its arm almost extend out in an unnatural means, and it strikes at Elvin.
Michael Jordan Space Jam esque.
I'll say I try to raise up my shield to try to block the strike the best I can.
Nice. Look. Don't forget to be your +2 to your AC.
18 to hit.
You got it. Right on the number.
With the shield and the +2 to AC?
It's only 18. It's only,
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was 14 before that?
If I don't have the shield on, yeah.
I apologize. I cannot make the attack and shadow jump.
I did.
That's my
For
turn.
now.
I pass.
He passes turn.
So,
Response.
Bonus action.
okay. Not your turn.
At least it wasn't a legendary action. Bonus action.
Not yet.
You see
Not
that where it emerged, it's in some sort of shadow, like there's a little bit of darkness in that area. It is going to attempt to take the hide action.
Oh.
Okay, I won't tell you exactly what happened, but it wasn't great.
Should
It's
do
not
it.
exactly hiding.
Do you want me to hit the fail button?
Yeah, hit the fail button. It wasn't a 1, but it was a 2. All right. Next up is Skriz.
Grizz, yep.
Skriz is like digging in his pocket. He's looking at Liz. He's like, puff on it. And he loads up a firebolt and shoots the crossbow at
Okay,
the thing again.
Nice.
I like it.
You can do the fire one this time?
Yeah, I did the firebolt,
Nice.
and that would be 19.
19 hits.
All right, so that's
Same thing.
A little
So
last second
7
roll.
plus
A little weight to it.
5. That was
Nice.
12. 12 damage to that.
Nice.
And then for bonus action, I'm going to cast the 3rd level healing word
Okay.
on Liz.
Whoa.
Bam. Plus what?
Man,
4.
coming in clutch with the healing word before you have to roll death saves.
Wow, that really feels like opening real quick.
Wow, what a good bard.
Wow. 2
Wow.
4s and 1.
That's not
Plus
you can't
4 to
get
that.
less
Plus
than
4. All right,
13.
sweet. Thank you.
It's like half his life.
I know.
But hey, when she pops back up.
Yay. 13. Cool.
All right, anything else from you, Skriznit?
I already used my bonus
You got it.
movement. Am I within range of him so he can attack me if I with the move, or
You're not sure.
I'm not sure.
I will tell you that I could hit Lizica from here. I'm sorry, I could hit Elvin from here.
And I'm like right next to him,
So
like
I'd say yeah.
Well, I'm back.
I don't want him trying to take a swipe at me as I leave. Maybe he just ignores me. If I just stand still.
It couldn't hurt, right?
I'm just staying where I'm at.
Yeah,
That's
Big
fine.
park dinosaur.
Next up is Lizica. You are unconscious. Well, you were unconscious.
I was
You have
unconscious.
life brought back into your body. You want to stand? It's going to take half your movement.
Yes, I am going to do that.
Okay. Go ahead and stand.
You
Liz
hear the
back up.
word wiggle farts echo in your ear as you come back.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Good. Already low in health. I'm gonna use mirror image to help try and keep myself alive. So that will be my action. Don't really have any bonus
7
actions.
images laying on the ground again.
Yeah. Yes, I'm not tuned to my
And then he stands up.
The rest of them are still laid.
How long have we had these weapons we got? We're not attuned to them yet, are we?
Unless you've taken a short
You'd have to.
rest.
You'd,
I
have,
thought
you
we-
would have had to like sit with them.
I thought we did take a short rest
We
because we
did.
used hit dice.
I used hit dice.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
earlier.
you're
So you
attuned.
should be attuned to
cool.
the
Oh,
wand
well,
and
that's nice.
Well, I didn't.
whatever we bought.
okay. So you didn't have to worry
Yeah,
about
we
that.
took a short rest right after the.
Then yeah.
The merchant.
Yep. So that'll be it for this turn. I
Or no.
don't think there's really anything I can do movement wise, anyways. So
You still have action.
that was my action to cast mirror image.
Mirror image. You got it. Okay. All of them are kind of bleeding, just like you.
Yep.
Big holes in them.
They're all like. "Ugh."
All right. So Lizica casts mirror image. We're gonna go to the top of the round. Rocky, you're up.
Rocky will let out a bellowing roar.
Bellowing roar.
And then he's going to haul ass at this guy.
Charge at him.
Stop him when he gets within 15 feet of me.
Uh
I think that's when I start.
oh. Yeah, really.
Reaction.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
5, 10, 1. Yeah, right there. Should be.
21 to hit.
Just hits.
You see this thing with an unnatural speed. It lashes out one of its long arms and it makes a piercing strike attack at you. It's going to be. It's 9 points of piercing damage and 16 points of necrotic damage.
Jesus.
You may continue with your moving. It doesn't stop you.
Well, that's ducky. All right. Well, I will continue with my movement and getting. I'm gonna try and get behind him. My speed should be doubled, so I should have enough.
35.
And then I will. Does it matter the order that I take my actions? Like, can I take the hasted action first? Because that
I
can
don't-
only be attack.
I don't think it matters, no.
Okay. So I'm gonna try and use my hasted actions first to attack.
Sure.
With my cheeseburger dice.
Yeah.
I got the shakes that'll make you quake. No, they won't.
They rolled 120. It's rolled like garbage the rest of the night.
yeah. No, it rolled okay. 17 to hit.
I think that hits.
Yes, because I hit it with 16 earlier.
Yeah, 17 hits.
All
We're
right.
starting to figure out the armor class.
D10 plus 5. 9 damage.
9
slashing.
damage. What kind of damage is it?
Slashing. Magical.
Okay.
Got the fries that'll cross your eyes. 16 to hit.
16 hits.
You're taking my line from me. I'm going to use a second level Divine Smite on this.
You got it.
And he is undead, so extra
He
D8.
absolutely is undead.
What a time to have a paladin.
Yep. I don't even remember. So that's a D10 plus
Get them evils.
2d8 plus another d8 plus another d8 for undead.
Yeah, those dice are
Can you
they
D8
sound
me?
nice.
So the slashing damage is 14,
14 slashing, you got it.
and then the radiant damage is 7. God, that's got an ass. 10, 12 radiant damage.
You got it.
So
So you
that,
see Rocky get interrupted, and it seems to only fuel his anger, and he's even more determined as this thing strikes him
Yes.
and comes up and smites this thing with holy power.
eats my
That's what I like
bitch.
to hear.
Anything else from you? You can force someone to use their reaction or ask them if they want to.
Oh wait.
Yeah, you're
Honestly, since you moved and you attacked, you can choose to make someone move or attack with their reaction. It's up to you. Because I think your movement thing says you can make them to use their.
It's only by dash.
Got it. Never mind.
Mm,
Just attack them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have Skriz take a shot again. I'll kind of give him the
You're-
little winksy when
You
I
can take a
slash
shot,
this
or you can
guy.
actually, you'll have. I think he's within 5 feet, so you might
You're
wanna take
melee
melee,
technically.
because since you're hitting with a disadvantage.
I think what the crossbow would.
Any ranged attack would.
Because
Oh.
it's within 5 feet, yeah.
All right, I guess being this close, I'll take my scimitar +1.
Nice.
It has to be a weapon attack or any attack.
Yeah, it says that it has to be a weapon
weapon
attack.
Okay, so yeah, weapon attack.
Well, it could be an unarmed strike.
Punch him.
No, I was just going to. If I was that close, I was just going to grab him and shock and grasp. But
Embrace your inner monk.
I'll hit him with the scimitar. You can do it. We'll take
Yeah, you can.
16.
16 hits.
We know that hit from last time. So.
Max damage.
9. 9.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
Not bad for a reaction.
Magical slash.
And then I'm gonna use my regular action to dump 26 of lay on hands into myself.
Nice.
You're using your regular action. Okay.
Because I think the hasted action can only be an
It
attack.
has to be an attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So regular action for that. And that will. I don't think I have anything bonus action wise. Probably. So that will end my turn.
Okay. Elvin, you're up.
All right, so moving into flanking with Rocky.
Mhm.
Charging up my hammer, eyes still glowing with a purple tint. You can kind of see necrotic energy flowing through. Veins are kind of popping a little bit more. I'm gonna take a swing with Scofflog. All right, 19.
19's a crit.
No, 12 plus.
Got it.
Yeah. All right.
19 hits.
D8. Oh, this one rolls bad. Let's go with this one. Yay. All right, 10. 14 damage on the first swing.
You got it.
Second swing. Oh, yeah. That's a crit.
Okay.
With a 19. All right, so.
Did you remember to add your Hexblade?
Huh?
To the first one.
Yeah, the damage to the Hexblade, yes. All right, so. Also, bonus action. I'm going to Branding Smite at 3d6 extra.
You haven't cast a spell this turn?
Nope.
Okay.
So that's going to be 6d6.
Where's your
Would you like
future reference?
would
You
you
have
like
to have Branding Smite locked and loaded. It's not a reaction like his thing is. For future reference, it is a bonus action, but you were in the middle of your action and can't take an extra action.
I didn't say anything.
However,
Oh.
It was him.
I
He
know
said
that you
it,
don't
not
cast
me.
your spells very
No,
often.
not that one.
He's out of spell, so you can't get it.
That is my last one.
I thought you used your last one to marry Skriznik.
First level. That was my.
Got it.
I have
Okay.
one pack slot left.
So just for future reference, you
That's
have to have
my
that
bad,
thing.
my
You have to have
bad.
that thing. Hold on. That's a concentration spell. You'll drop your other concentration spell.
I don't have any other combos.
Okay.
All right. So this is just my mace damage. So 8 plus 3 plus another 4. So 15. 15.
15 from just the weapon damage.
Just the weapon.
You got it.
All right, the branding smite. Okay, you.
I feel like we gotta take this guy real quick.
Do what?
I feel like we gotta take him out quick. You need a
And
cheeseburger
then
dice?
20 damage.
Another 20.
You got 34 total. Or 35 total, sorry.
Got the burgers that'll.
So you see Elvin just come through. It's like he's starting to get the hang of this Scoffbog thing. You see purple forced energy swell around Scoffbog as he strikes into this thing, and when he hammers it in, you see the energy flow around and punch this thing almost straight in the face with forceful energy.
Yeah, and his eyes are now flaring, almost with like a fire of purple. I told you I'm the king of death. And that's it.
Okay. Next up is the bone-looking creature. As you crack this thing across the face with that last strike, its head looks like it's going to be knocked completely from its body with the force of the impact. You hear the bones and stuff creak back into place real fast, and it looks at you again, smiles even bigger, never breaks eye contact with you, and attacks Skriznet.
Oh my god.
24 to hit.
Yeah.
Plus 2 on the Plus 2 on the AC.
AC, remember?
Thank God he got married.
Yeah, really. It's helped so much.
When it turned around to hit him, he's like, oh, fuck.
I like to think when it's swinging at you, you just like, as a free reaction, you can just hide behind Elvin for that extra plus 2.
Go into the chapel.
You're gonna take 21 points of piercing damage,
This bitch hits hard, and then the necrotic.
and then I rolled bad on the necrotic. You take 3 points of necrotic damage.
Could be 3 or 16.
So when this thing strikes into you, its claws pierce into the front of you, and it grapples a hold of you, and it yanks you up to 10 feet towards it. So you see this arm sort of slinking back towards it, and it just smiles and twists its head at you the whole time as it's pulling you towards it. It's still looking at Elvin the whole time as it's dragging his friend towards him.
Wow. That's not creepy.
Dragging his husband towards him.
Husband, sorry.
Come on.
His
Wow.
partner.
Come on.
His life partner. My bad.
Best friend.
Best friend, life partner.
Best friend forever.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
sure,
is
your
his
best friend.
attack. And that is his action. You are grappled currently with one of its claws. It's going to take a second claw attack at Elvin.
Just wait for it to like bend its claw backwards.
That is a unnatural 20 to hit.
Gets me.
Cast
Okay.
we can take it.
That is
Shit.
17 points of piercing damage
96 damage.
and 5 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
It does not want to grapple you. But the whole time it maintained eye contact with you. It never broke eye contact as it just reaches out and slashes at you. Next up should be Skriznet. You're up.
So when I'm getting pulled towards him, I reach down, grab the one, and I like the eyes flare up, like the one red eye flares up, and like, I'll take you play games, and I put the one right against his fucking temple, and I fucking cast lightning bolt.
Nice. I like it. I love it.
And it's Dex save.
Dex save?
Yeah.
All right.
Point blank deck saving throw.
Point blank dex save. What?
Jesus.
Did I get a bonus? I do. I got a 12.
15.
Oh!
That's gonna.
I rolled real bad.
Use some cheeseburger dice.
Bravo,
Crazy.
sir.
Yes, that's gonna
Bravo.
be 8d6.
Oh my god, that's the same as a fireball. Yeah.
8d6.
It's the same as a fireball.
I mean, you missing one more?
I got it right here.
Oh, give him that dice ASMR.
Do what?
Yes.
Give him the dice ASMR.
Oh, they gotta
give him
hear
a
that.
good shake.
We can hear that.
Yeah, you can hear it now.
The new microphones, you can hear that.
Oh, you're
do
about to
that.
be able to hear this.
12. See, is that a 6?
The fancy symbol
Yeah.
tree. Yeah.
6.
There's 18. 22.
I hope your boy
24.
hurt.
29. 32.
Every
Wow.
week we're hitting with right. I was like, yeah.
How
Thir-
much?
32.
32.
That's my husband.
That's his
That's a hell of
Yeah,
a hit.
Those are yours. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll sort them.
He's like, I'll be taking these.
So
We'll take
you watch and panic as the claws rip into Skriznet and start yanking him towards it as it strikes its second strike at Liz. In a panic mode, I almost kind of picture you like pulling out your instrument and you just start playing it and it just launches a lightning bolt as you play Ride the Lightning.
Yes.
But yeah, he's like, notorious. Like,
Nice.
like right against his temple too when he blew.
So you see this bolt of lightning just erupt from this tiny little wand contraption, and it launches through its head. It knocks the head back so far back that
It's looking at me.
it's looking upside down now.
Yeah, so it's looking at Rocky.
It pops its head back into place and looks at you, and points a finger at you and goes, "That did, dude. I won't lie. That did some pretty good damage."
Okay.
Anything else from you? You are still grappled.
Bonus action. Can I use my bonus action to like break away?
Nope.
No.
You have to use full action. for that.
Full action. Bonus action. No. I'm gonna
Bonus
use the
action hides.
last one.
Head in his hand.
I look at Rocky and I'm like, and I give the little wink back and be like, "It's your turn."
There
Okay.
we go.
And Spartic Inspiration. My last
Bardic
one.
inspiration. All
Oh,
right.
baby.
Love it. That's gonna put us up to Lizica.
All
You
right.
are up.
Can't go wrong with the Go Reliable 4th level magic missile.
I feel like it's served you well
It has served me well so far, so.
because it just hits.
Alright, it does. I don't have to worry about anything. And I can't use Fireball because I'll probably kill all of my friends.
Probably.
Alright. Let's give that 8, 10, 13, 15 plus 6, or 21 force damage.
21
Straight up,
force damage.
nothing else. Unless this guy's got shield as reaction, but.
Not that
I'll
you
give
can
my
tell.
hit.
Not that I can tell. I don't. He hasn't
Yeah.
used.
Maybe
Maybe.
the next one you fight.
Yes.
So you see him launch a barrage of arcane darts into this thing, and every single one of them strikes him in various different points. It seems to almost knock him back, not quite a full step, but then as the last couple of darts strike into him, he sort of expands his sinewy chest out and just lets them hit him.
He does have the shield spell.
Anything else from you, Liz?
What did you get for stabbing me? Yeah, that's it.
All right. Top of the round is going to be Rocky.
All right. I'm going to choke up on the sword a little bit since he's a little bit closer. I'm gonna bring it way far back, and I'm gonna start wailing on this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's had a home run on this guy.
Now since I do have haste and I get 2 attacks per action, is it 4 attacks total or just 3?
I believe that the haste says that you can only take the attack action.
So
But
I'd
I
be
think it's
taking
only
2
one
attack
attack.
actions.
I'm almost positive it's only one attack, but let me just confirm because none of you guys actually have
I
haste
don't.
normally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll make the first just regular.
Yeah,
2
you're gonna get your
attacks.
2 normal ones. So
22 to hit.
it says the action can only be used to take the attack, 1 weapon attack only.
1 weapon attack only.
Yep.
So 3 total attacks. 24 to hit the first one.
24 hits.
And that is 8 plus 5, 13 damage on the first one.
13 damage. You got it.
Second swing. That is a even better to hit. So we'll just say that hits. Cheeseburger, Eddie. 10 slashing.
10 more slashing. You got it.
And third and final. That is even better to hit. 18 plus 8. I got the burgers that I just got burgers. 8 slashing.
8 slashing. You got it.
And then I think I really have a lot more to do.
You can give me your reaction.
1 second.
Stop telling him how to do things. He knows how to do things.
Yeah, you can give me.
Don't forget, you can use fireball as a reaction.
That would be
Good.
You just don't want to use it right now. It's a bad time.
All right. So nothing for a bonus action. I'm just gonna kind of and let's give the attack to Elvin.
All right, you can use your reaction to make an attack.
Ooh.
Technically, it's a double crit because it's an 18 and a 19, but 19 looks pretty damn good.
Me and my customized weapons that I gave you.
19. It's a 19.
Can I be next for
I-
customized weapons?
Well, Hexblade.
I always feel like I overdo it.
Well, Hexblade Curse, even if I roll a 19, still counts as a crit.
I know.
So
That's why I made it 18s and 19s.
it wasn't too crazy.
You still got 3 chances on the dice to roll a crit. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
But it's the 3 highest numbers
9.
too. 9?
Yeah.
On a crit?
I rolled double ones.
Finish him off.
On my turn with your reaction.
So technically Rocky did it.
That counts me.
So when he kind of gives me that look, I whisper into Scoffbog, show me what death is, and I'll just hit this thing like right in its open cave chest, right where he opened up for the magic missiles.
Yes.
Seeing the opportunity to not block, just hit him right in the chest, trying to cave his whatever that thing is called, thorax.
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 Essence,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what it is.
Okay.
Medical terminology.
Sternum.
Yeah, sternum,
Yes.
thorax.
So yeah, you cave this
The
thing's
thorax.
chest completely in, and when you strike down on it, it
Snorlax.
collapses like
Right.
dry bones, and just is lifeless.
Holy shit, that worked.
Why didn't you do that the whole time?
You suddenly hear laughing from the darkness.
You didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you?
Never is.
Well, my new brother's a little tired,
Mm.
but we'll see you again real soon.
Maybe it's your stepbrother because it doesn't really look like you too much.
The magical darkness fades away.
I think Skriz is just standing there like blood pouring from his chest and his mouth, and he's like,
Hey, twinsies.
I could really go without the sleepy time if you know. And I just start walking towards the staircase.
Yeah, I feel like I've had enough fun down here for one night. I need to go Betty Boo. Nighty night.
Yeah. It's probably a good idea.
So, you make your way up from the darkness back into the mansion above. Are you heading to sleepy time?
To make it sound so like we're about to get stabbed again.
Get stabbed in the back by organs again.
Make sure you close the door.
Yeah, really. No, I'm gonna leave the entrance open. Yeah. I mean, there's not much else I could do other than sleep. Yeah, I've got that much left.
I think I have one spell slot left.
I have a decent amount of spell slots, but I don't have that much health.
I'll do it.
So yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe we should all sleep in the same room.
I did say that.
You guys are all. You could sleep in the master bedroom.
I
no
think
problem. There's plenty enough
that's-
room in the bed.
I think that's something that is a good idea.
Yeah, I'm not against it. All right, so we all sleep in master bedroom.
I do want to investigate my sister's room, but I don't think it's a good idea to do that right now. I think we should rest first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just-
Skriz is ignoring you and just heading towards the
Yeah.
bedroom.
Gotcha.
So don't forget to get your guys' pictures before, because I'm not gonna clean up the map right now. You guys get your pictures.
Good
You're
idea.
gonna be really zoomed in. I'll fix it.
Oh man,
Oh,
now you can
God.
see that I got nose hairs and stuff. It's fine. It's fine. All right. So, is anyone staying watch, or you all are going to sleep?
I'll
At this
take
point,
first
it's
watch.
probably about midnight. All the activities,
I
the
can
action,
take-
the investigations.
I can take the last 2 shifts since I only need 4 hours.
So who wants the mid shift?
Okay. So,
Definitely take a picture from that side so you can see that thing's face.
Yeah, I got it.
okay. Gonna change the music up here a little bit.
Insert spooky ominous music.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, who's keeping watch?
I'll keep first watch.
Okay.
I'll just sit on like the. Is there a chest at the end of the bed?
Yeah, there's
I'll
like
just sit on that, face the
it's
door.
like a place where they would keep blankets and quilts and stuff.
Yeah.
in.
I'm just gonna sit there with a crossbow, like pointed at the door, like.
He's bleeding. He's got a crossbow.
"Oh, bitches."
Find
I
a
mean,
happy
Like
place.
like a rocking chair.
Find a happy place.
I want you to do it. I want you to do it.
Come on in. Just come on right through the door.
He loads the wand at the end of it. I'm just.
Right between your
Yes.
How long are you watching?
I guess the first 4 hours.
Will you
You should be able
do
to do
2?
2
I'll
Okay.
do 2 and he'll do 4.
Alright. Yeah,
So-
first 2.
Uneventful.
I open a chest and crawl in there and go sleep.
Who's next watch?
I'll take next watch.
Okay.
Roll anything?
I need you to make a
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger
you
ready.
can make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. +6.
That's pretty good.
So 17 + 6 would be 23.
That's pretty good.
You feel as if you're being watched. Not your group, but you specifically.
Just me.
It's Elvin. You
You
know,
feel
Elvin. You turn around and Elvin's eyes are.
almost
You ruined the
strange
honeymoon.
tugging in your mind.
Who? Hello? I'll try not to be like super loud. Can you hear me? Why are you watching me?
Real? All the science says you're not, but
Is there like a mirror in this room? Like I'm gonna go like up to the mirror.
Oh
And
my
kinda-
god, he's just making this so easy. I love it.
you don't get sucked into the mirror.
Yep, it's gonna happen.
So there's a big, large-bodied mirror over on the opposite end of the room.
Okay.
oh god.
So I'll go and look at the mirror and like look at myself, and then I'll do like one of the
For those that are listening, he just did a juke.
little juke to
As
see
you're
if the
kind
mirror
of
juke
moving
with me.
around, you kind of write yourself up like, this is dumb. You see two large horns appear from the either sides of your head, almost as if something is approaching you from behind within the mirror.
Just in the mirror.
Just in the mirror.
Well, I'll turn around and look and see
You
if
don't
it's
see
behind
anything.
me. Oh, just in the mirror.
It seems to get closer, and you see a black minotaur face looking at you through the mirror. Hello, son.
Father.
I heard you were in Golgari territory.
Is that where you are?
No.
Where you at?
Around.
I feel like I see you here and there, but you're never really anywhere.
I'm not quite the same Minotaur I used to be.
Yeah, you're all sorts of evil now. Hurting people.
Evil is a matter of perspective.
Well, everyone else's perspective of you is that you're evil.
Tried to guide you this way. I wanted you by my side. We were going to reshape Ravnica.
I still am going to reshape Ravnica.
With your. And he spits. Friends.
Yeah. I feel like we're a little bit more than friends, though. We work really well together. It's like a family.
Family.
Something you know nothing about.
Burn.
Oh, I know a little. By the way, how's your family?
Well, there's not as many of us as you may know. Dick. I want you to know I thought you could be saved. I tried to understand. I tried to do research. And the more I'm thinking about it, I don't think you can. I think you're pure evil. I think you need to be stopped, not
And
saved.
you're gonna do it.
If I must, I will.
It'll be sure fun to watch you try. As I said, I'm not the same Minotaur I used to be.
Well, neither am I.
You see a faint purple energy start glowing out of his eyes.
And from behind you, he seems to enlarge. He grows to roughly 20 feet tall. He's broad and big and scary. And he looks familiar in a way that you're not quite sure. But you think that this is godlike. It seems familiar to you as a Minotaur, not any other reason.
Okay. That's a cute trick.
Trick.
Look, you're in a mirror right now. Ooh, look at me. Oh, I'm bigger now too.
You think just because I'm not there, I can't touch you?
I'd like to see you try.
You see a hand come through the mirror, large, and it wraps around your head. You feel suffocating almost at first.
When it's coming through, do I have any time to like parry, move to the side?
I would say that you're kind of not expecting it.
Okay, I'm being too egotistical.
You think it's going to come from behind because that's where he's at.
Yeah, so I'm kind of ready for an elbow behind, and then it comes.
It
in
kind of
front.
comes in the front. He lifts you up off of the ground.
I can touch you anytime I want.
And then he,
just says gross in his sleep.
and then he drops. He just drops you. The hand goes back into the mirror.
I've been blessed by our Creator and taught the ways of Sadak.
The other evil guy.
Evil is a matter of perspective.
Why do you think this way of life and violence is the answer? What was so wrong before? Everyone living in harmony. You had to go and
Harmony.
blow up the world.
You have these groups of people who have decided what's right for everyone. And meanwhile, the Boros sit and lick their heels.
We protect the city. We keep it safe. we
Protect
keep
the
it
city
in
from
order.
what? What causes the problems? What are we protecting it from?
From itself.
Gruul? The Gruul have just as much claim on this land as anyone. We stole their land. We slaughtered them by the thousands. Don't talk to me about righteousness.
We didn't before our ancestors did. We didn't do that. We came into this world and it was already existing. We're trying to keep the peace. We don't want that to happen again. Now with our guild pack gone, a whole group of people can be slaughtered again. And it's looking to be like y'all are going to be slaughtering a group of us.
We're just going to take our rightful place at the top.
And who gives you this right? Why do you get this right?
Divinity. It is the only way that we can save Ravnica. I knew that your narrow focus would not be able to see the bigger picture. You can't have all of these people stirring the pot. They need to be ruled.
Well, I think you're 0 for 3 today because unity is how we're going to save Ravnica.
Interesting theory.
I guess we'll see who wins in the end.
I guess we will. Today's not the day, though.
Well, you got to train some more.
I have other things to do.
Me too. Like, go to sleep. Don't watch me, creep.
Creep.
Just wanted to check in. See how you're doing.
think you're gonna be surprised when you see me next.
I hope so. I was very disappointed the last time.
Anyone could sneak up on someone and stab in the back.
Oh, you mean that?
Aren't you?
That was just a trick,
I know, a stupid trick.
an illusion.
Why don't you try fighting me face to face next time?
That was to prove that I can get you anytime that I want to.
I think it proves more that you're scared to face me one on one.
I want you
Face
to
to
grow.
face.
I want a worthy challenge. The only one worthy of taking me out would be my own son. Not your friends, not that dragon, not anyone but my son. So grow. Our family has always been warriors and proud of the battle. Grow. That's why I haven't struck you down. I want to be challenged. I'm going to give you the opportunity to right the wrongs in your life from your perspective when you're ready. How much more fair can I be than that?
If you really want me to grow and get better, I don't want any of this dumb tricks anymore. Leave me alone. Let me grow on my terms. I don't want you watching me and my friends. I want you to be surprised. Go away from your mirrors, away from your magic. You go do your thing. Don't watch me anymore. You'll see in real life what I can do, what unity can do.
Have it your way. When you're ready, you'll find me. I won't be hiding anymore.
I'll see you soon.
He steps back out from behind you and disappears into the darkness.
Thank God I'm wearing my yellow pants.
And with that, you guys are going to get your long rest.
Yay!
And we're going to end tonight's session.
Yay! Thanks.
I hope everyone enjoyed tonight's session. I hope that because we had actually lots of viewers out there. Thanks for the subs. Thanks for the comments. Sorry we couldn't get to all of them while we're trying to stay in the zone and focus.
Audio hopefully was better for you guys.
Hope the audio was really good for everyone. We hope you'll come back and join us next week if you enjoyed it. We'll be back on the air next week. We're gonna try and get start time at 7:15.
Yep.
Same time, same place. Replays are on YouTube.
Yep. YouTube will always be the most up to date. Normally we're about 2 weeks behind on Spotify, but I think we're up to 24 on Spotify, so we're on 27 now, which all those will be up to date end of this week.
And you'll have to bear with some of the spotty audio parts.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's good. You can get what's going on, but
Yes.
we did not have the same audio quality that we
Yep.
have now. So.
Sub to us on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify. I believe they're all Initiative Syndicate. So just take our name that's on here. TikTok is the same. I believe
Yep,
it's
we're on TikTok.
Initiative Syndicate.
We're everywhere.
Twitter, Instagram, the whole 9 yards.
Come say hi.
Yeah, I think.
Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're on the panels.
I think so.
So if you go to the panels on like the About Us stuff, you should be able to see us.
Thanks to all the first time chatters and stuff. We really appreciate all the support and
It's really awesome.
it's very cool. So
Yep.
But with that, we're gonna let everybody go home. It's late. We got work tomorrow,
Yeah.
and we will hopefully see everybody next week. Have a good night.
So you guys-
Deuces.